Welcome everybody to UncivILLized episode 10. I am your host, Shy Ill. Hope everyone's having a good Sunday. It's been a busy week, and here we are to engulf ourselves in more uncivilized behavior. Hope everybody's having a good day. It's the official end of summer as far as the weather's concerned. In Chicago, the heat was turned off one day to the next. Here we are. Couple housekeeping things. We got $2 TTS, text to speech, that'll pop up on the screen. It'll look like something like this.
Mrs. Lil Perfect just subscribed on YouTube.
And we have $5 media where you can put in a link and it'll allow me to get to a video that you want me to see, and I'll do a reaction to it right then and there. For those that haven't hit the subscribe button, please do. For those that haven't hit the like button, please do. If you're coming in and out of this stream, or if you're watching a playback, please hit the subscribe, hit the like button, hit the notification bell. So you'll be notified next time I go live. Other than that, let's get to it. We got say that shit again. Man allegedly attacks cop after refusing to leave police station.
You have to leave.
Why?
Leave.
Make me leave.
Leave.
Make me leave.
Make you leave?
Yeah. Make me leave.
Make sure this is on. You have to leave, sir.
Make me leave. Say
He
that
done made
again.
up his mind.
You called me retarded.
Say that again.
You're mental.
Oh! It's on in the police station.
Body camera footage captures the shocking
He's on
altercation
top.
between an Ohio police
Ground and
officer
pound.
and a man who authorities say was suffering from a mental health crisis.
Think I'm playing, bro? Huh? Ain't nobody fucking mental. Can call somebody so I can talk to someone.
The incident happened on
That's a real deal plea right there. He could have been pounding dude's face in. Instead, he's pleading for some help. Wow. Door wedged open. He's in ground and pound position with this cop in a police station. And he's serious. He's not.
on September 14th in
He could have been
Youngstown,
pounding dude
Ohio.
out.
According to the police department, the man who you see here in the red shirt, who was
let's see
later
what they said. They
identified
said
as
it's Ohio.
Keyshawn Sims, shocking altercation between an Ohio police officer and a man who authorities say was suffering from a mental health crisis.
Think I'm playing, bro? Huh? Ain't nobody fucking mental. Can call somebody so I can talk to someone.
The incident happened on September 14th in Youngstown, Ohio. According to the police department, the man who you see here in the red shirt, who was later identified as Keyshawn Sims, approached the lobby of the department's auxiliary office, demanding to speak to the police chief.
Okay, I'm not exactly sure what you're talking about.
Talk to like your chief or something.
The chief only talks to people if they make an appointment. You have to make an appointment with the chief
So he wants to talk to the chief.
to see him.
You're gonna have to call him or something.
Okay.
What'd he say? He been calling the number?
You can call him. My phone's broke.
Just
The
call him?
officer then tells Sims he will call someone for him. However, the officer says that unnamed person is unavailable.
She's not in her office.
And that's when the discussion takes a turn
So he
as the
sent them
officer
off?
tells Sims he is unable to help him and asks Sims to leave.
Yeah, but everybody you need to talk to, that you want to talk to, are, you have to make an appointment to see them. Well, that's the way it's going to be. You can say no all you want.
I'll stand here.
Okay.
He made up his mind. He
I
gonna
have
talk to
someone who
somebody.
actually needs help. Can you have him? Sir,
He's holding up the line.
don't be difficult. Just, there's no one that will talk to you.
Probably will.
No.
Yeah.
Because you're talking about some kind of manifestation. It's that, you know what that tells me?
What?
That you're mental.
Oh,
Say that again.
You're mental.
Come say it to my face.
The
okay, so that's it right there. A little dignity. You might think he's mental. He might be. Treat him with a little dignity.
Officer then gets up from his desk and walks to the lobby.
You know what that tells me?
What?
You're
You
talking
know what
about
that
some
tells
kind of
me?
manifestation.
It don't tell you he's in distress. He comes to the police station. He's asking you for something. It tells you he's mental.
It's that, you know what that tells me?
What?
That you're mental.
Retarded. Say that again.
You're mental.
Come say it to my face.
He
The
said,
officer
say that
then-
to me again. He said, come say it to my face.
Gets up from his desk and walks
Huh?
to the lobby area where
Okay.
Sims can be seen waiting for the officer.
Well, you ended up in the bottom position.
Say it.
You have to leave now, sir.
Or what?
You have to leave now, sir.
Call someone right there.
I'm not calling anyone.
Yeah, you
you
are.
have to leave.
Why?
Leave.
Make me leave.
Leave.
Make me leave.
Make you leave?
Yeah.
And then the confrontation turns physical.
Make me leave.
Make sure this is on. You have to leave, sir.
Say it
Make me
again.
leave. Say that again.
You called me retarded.
Say that again.
You're mental.
Nah, I didn't hear. He said he called him the R word. Said he called him go back to C, but I know you end up on the bottom right here, so you probably should have shut up. Call somebody. Ambulance, something.
Mental, bro. Yeah.
See, look at you. Now you're in GMP position.
Think I'm playing, bro? Huh? Ain't nobody fucking mental. Can call somebody so I can fucking talk to someone.
The officer tells Sims to get off of him, but shortly after, another physical confrontation happens again between the two.
He let you up.
Say that again.
Oh, the cop came at him this time.
Say that again.
Oh, you lost the game? Stop.
We can do this all day.
You lost. He lost twice. Yo, you ended up on bottom the first time. He had mercy on you. He let you up. You come at him. You end up on bottom again. Come on, man. This is a bad look, especially in your police station.
Yeah.
Seconds later, the officer then pulls out what appears
Oh!
to be his service weapon and points it towards Sims.
Oh,
and
you
both
lost
get into
again?
Yet another physical altercation.
Oh, you're gonna lose the
Additional
hammer.
officers are able to come to the officer's aid, where they tackle Sims to the ground.
Oh, y'all needed to jump him. Buddy almost lost his gun in there, man.
All day. Yes, we can. Yeah.
Seconds later, the officer then pulls out what
Yo, he
appears
could have smoked Buddy over that one. But the cop lost again.
Say that again.
Came at him the second time. Boom,
Say
one
that
down.
again. We can do this all day. Yes, we can. Yeah.
He said, yes,
Seconds
we can.
later, the officer then pulls out what appears to be his service weapon
Wow.
and points it towards Sims, and both get into yet another physical altercation. Additional officers are able to come to the officer's aid, where they tackle Sims to the ground.
Not today. Yeah. Do I hear that out here?
Look at Rufus goofy.
Who is it, man?
I have no idea.
Surveillance video shared by the
Oh,
Youngstown
another
Police
angle. I like-
Department also captured the physical confrontation
Boom.
between
You're on the
Sims and the
bottom.
officer, as Sims can be seen striking the officer repeatedly. Sims can then be seen tackling
That
the
was the second
officer,
time.
and when the officer reached for his service weapon, Sims put the officer in what appears to be a headlock before being tackled by another officer to
Bruh,
break up the
got your
altercation.
back
The
took.
officer's body cam then captures Sims
Somebody
being
lost a
placed
crop.
in handcuffs, but not without a final word from Sims to the officer.
Let me see you again.
Yo,
Hope so.
they're going to try to charge him for that.
Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah, you was getting your ass whooped. You should go back to training. Oh, from the looks of y'all, looks like none of y'all been in no physical training ever. And y'all been all look like y'all been cops 30, 40 years.
Yeah, okay. Watch. I'm gonna get all your. What's your first name? You. That's what it is.
Sims was eventually
say?
taken away in a
Fuck you, that's
squad
what it
car
is.
and charged with assault on a peace officer, menacing, obstructing official business, aggravated robbery, and intimidation.
Wait,
The
what?
young obstructed in a squad car and charged with assault on a peace officer,
Okay.
menacing, obstructing official business, aggravated robbery, and intimidation.
What's the aggravated robbery, though? What'd he take? Your gun? Almost. Wow. That dude, that was simple. You could have treated that dude with some dignity, got him an ambulance, got him somebody to talk to, gave him a number, gave him a resource. Then he probably wouldn't have took it because he looked like he had his mind made up. But you got your ass whooped. Don't initiate some tough shit. Call the man mental. He call you out of body. You go out there and get your ass whooped. And then you charge him again when he lets you up. And then you get your ass whooped again. And then you up your strap. And then you get your ass whooped again. That's pretty special. You're a special case right there. I'd like to know what they said, robbery?
A peace officer, menacing, obstructing official business, aggravated robbery, and intimidation.
Yeah, aggravated robbery. I don't know where that comes from. Whatever. See what else we're working with over here. Boyfriend beater is convinced that the laws don't apply to her. It be like that, man. A lot of these we had a lot of these videos last week about people who thought the law didn't apply to them. It's supposed to only apply to me, I guess. Oh, she's hey. You have a broken foot, shorty.
Hey, knock it off.
On July 15th, 2022, officers responded to a 911 call about a domestic disturbance from a neighbor. They advised that a female was yelling and physically attacking a male.
How's it going, man? Good. Hey, were you just walking with the girl?
Huh?
Were you walking with the girl down Page Street or nothing like that? Okay, we got a call. It's a guy possibly getting smacked around by a girl in a pink shirt. So we're just checking there. You're good?
Someone down there. But
You saw somebody down there?
the pink shirt.
What's all the scratches on your neck, man?
That was you getting
Yeah.
smacked up.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you have an ID on you, bro?
No, I don't.
You don't? What's your name, man?
I don't need to tell you.
Yeah.
No.
Look, bro. I mean, it doesn't need to be complicated, man. Okay.
I didn't break no laws. I didn't.
I know, but I have a lawful reason to stop you.
No,
Okay.
for what?
Because we got dispatched. You matched the description of the guy that was getting beat up by a girl. Okay. You have
Same,
injuries
John.
on your neck. All right.
Bring your
matter.
black out.
It does matter.
Okay.
You don't have an ID on you, man?
No, I don't know.
You don't? What's your name?
I don't feel like I don't need to tell you that.
Okay, you feel like that, but
I haven't broken no laws.
I understand. Listen to
If I
me.
haven't committed a crime, I don't need to provide you with that identification.
Okay, but listen to me. I'm telling you. Okay, just listen. I have a lawful reason to stop out and talk to you. Okay.
That's fine. You still don't have to get my name until you tell me what I'm charged with or what I'm being stopped for as far as a crime that I committed.
So you have a lawful reason to identify yourself to me. If you don't want to identify yourself to me, I'll take you to jail for concealing your identity.
Ooh.
It's that simple. It's literally that simple.
Cool, you lose that. You'll waste my time. You'll waste your time because the non-ID thing is a secondary offense.
Bro. What's gonna happen if I tell you my name? You gonna leave me alone? Can I walk away?
We'll go from there. Okay. But if you don't tell me your name, you're
I'm
gonna
not
go
gonna
straight to
get
jail.
picked.
I understand that. Okay. You gotta understand that. I have a job to do. I have a job to do. Okay. You have scratches on your neck. Okay, which are signs of some kind of battery. All right. Which are probably from your girlfriend, right?
If I don't want to press charges, we're fine, right?
It's probably from your girlfriend, right?
No matter.
Okay. So if it's from your girlfriend, that means it's a domestic violence. Okay. So which means I have to investigate it, and I'm authorized to take some kind of action on it. Okay. If you don't want to do anything about it, we can let the courts and all that know. Okay.
I don't want to do anything about it.
I understand that. I'm obligated by state law.
I feel like
I'm obligated by state law to do something about this.
You're
okay?
obligated.
That's what I'm telling you. All right. I've laid it all out on the line for you, man.
I said I didn't commit a crime. I didn't.
I get that. I get that. Okay. But I don't know that for a fact yet. All right. So, are you going to give me your name or not?
No.
Okay. I'm going to tell you. Last time. Okay. I have a lawful reason to stop you and identify you. Okay? If you don't want to identify yourself, we can just take you straight to jail for concealing your identity.
Why if I committed no
It's that.
crimes? You guys are dicks, honestly. Nigga, like.
No, we're actually
I know.
investigating.
I see what you guys are doing. Like, I know you guys doing your job, obviously.
Okay.
Because instead of investigating, you just held up on a power play over a name. Get to the rest of the investigation, bruh. All right, you said this dude got scratched up. Okay, talk to him. Forget about the name, but it's a competition.
So why are you keeping me from doing my job?
I'm not keeping you from doing your job. You could go talk to the person down there, like I said.
You didn't. You haven't.
I didn't commit no crime.
You haven't said anything.
So why are you trying to me?
Because I had the lawful reason to identify you. That's why. Because you were involved in the incident that you are now talking about.
I didn't say nothing.
You did. You just said to go down there and talk to the person that did do it.
I didn't.
Okay.
Okay, so why are you talking to me?
Because I don't know who I'm going to talk to.
Find out what the
I can't, because you're not giving me any information, man.
You'd be the victim.
I don't want to be a victim. I don't want to press charges. I don't want to do anything. Leave it at that.
I mean, I don't understand why it's so hard to give me your name. If you don't want to do anything
I don't
about
understand why it's so hard for you to be able to complete your job without my fucking name.
this, I mean, I can go down there and try to figure.
I ain't giving no statements.
Listen to me. Listen.
I ain't pressing no charges. So what are you guys gonna do? Just take my name and with me more? No.
Or not take your name and take you straight to jail for concealing your identity.
Concealing my identity.
That in itself is a crime.
Yeah.
So you are committing a crime at the moment that I could take you to jail on.
So you guys are able to stop someone that's walking on
Right.
a public street
Paper.
and ask them for their ID whenever you want.
No,
Give me a paper.
what I'm telling you
Well, then what are you
is
doing?
I was dispatched to this area for a domestic disturbance between a chick with a pink shirt and blonde hair and a male in all black.
Yeah.
Okay? You fit the description. You got injuries on your neck, which means you got beat up by a chick. Okay? So I have a lawful reason.
See, now he's being obnoxious. Now the cop's being obnoxious. You got beat up by a chick.
I have a lawful reason to stop and identify you. Okay? That's where I'm laying it all out here for you, bro. I'm trying not to be a dick. I'm trying not to be a douche.
So what?
Okay?
What's gonna happen once I give you my name?
I can take your name down. Okay? I can see if we have you in our system so that we can go from there. Figure out if you're associated with anybody else that we can go talk to, get the other side of the story, and we can go from that point.
No. That sounds like a crock of shit. You know what I'm saying? You can do all of this without my name, bro.
What I'm telling you, I would prefer not to take you to jail because you're right. You haven't done anything wrong. Okay? But at the moment,
That we know.
you are committing a crime by
That
not
we know.
giving.
Look, see, it gets from you come to help the man, right? Quote unquote. And now you're intimidating or trying to intimidate the man. You know what I mean?
Give me your name and your date of birth.
I just don't want to get in trouble. Bro. I didn't do nothing.
Okay. But you not wanting to get in trouble is getting in trouble. Because you are committing a crime.
You want to follow me?
No, I don't want to. I don't want.
Was hitting me? I'll show you guys where she's at.
No.
Let's go.
No, I want to stay right here.
Why? You guys are talking to me, but you don't want to talk to the person that's committing a crime. So that's where you guys are up.
But I am talking to the person that's committing the crime
You're
now.
talking a lot. Just tell him. Just say no. I ain't gonna do it, and that's it. Let him take you to jail.
You are here concealing your identity from me.
I'll walk with you. And once we get there, I will tell you.
No,
my
that's
name.
not how this
How do you want it
works.
to go,
I want you to give me your name.
bro?
And while he's talking to you, I'm going to go down there and talk with her.
Well, I'm down to. We could all talk with each other. Like I'm not trying to.
Okay, I get that.
I'll go in the car with you. We'll go down there. I don't care.
Okay,
Like
I
I
get,
said,
but that's the thing. I don't know.
Once we get in the
I don't
car,
know.
We'll drive down the street.
What's the address?
I don't know. I'm not from here.
You're not from here.
No, I'm not. So we go in the car. Once we get down there, once we're in the car, I'll tell you my name.
Well, I mean, if you're gonna go and do the whole tour and rat it out, why you saying you're not gonna press charges? You like, come on, we'll get in the car, we'll go all have a powwow, all of us together, and talk about how she smacked me up. Just shut up. You don't want to give them your name, don't give them your name. Let them do what they gotta do.
Go down there and we can talk to the person that's committing the crime.
Okay.
Later on.
All right, let's go do that then.
I'm not getting in the back of your car.
You have to get in the back of the car.
Then I'll walk right in front.
No,
I
that's not.
hate
That's
getting in the back of the car.
that's not how that works, man. You have to get in the back of the car. You have to get in the back of that one though.
If you can
Wow.
click copy and paste on your keyboard, you can make money online. Just like Kieran here, who is just 14 years old.
That's it.
Hold on, let me get...
Yeah. I'll tell you back. I love you.
So what's going on?
The victim right there.
I just had an argument. It's nothing serious. I'm sorry. It was more on my part. So I gave him my ID and everything.
Okay, where's your ID?
Now it was nothing serious. It's not a big deal. I clawed at his jugular vein a couple of times, but I don't want y'all taking me to jail for that. My name is, Amelia or some shit.
Right here.
All on the floor, on the phone. Looking a fucking mess.
There you go. It just expired. That's me. That was my old address. I lived with my parents then. I just graduated high school about 3 years ago, so that's where I'm at now. I came to
New Mexico.
visit. I just came to visit my mom. She lives at the salon right here.
Where?
By Subway, the salon. So I was just kind of helping. I'm leaving back to Albuquerque tomorrow, and I do have court cases.
You're a fake blonde.
So what's your relationship with this guy?
That's my boyfriend for about a year now.
Okay. And so what's going on between you two?
Just a verbal argument, but like I said, we're both at my mom's shop right now. It was nothing extravagant.
Okay. It's more than a verbal argument because we had people calling in saying that a female was hanging on the shirt of a male.
Oh, look at that.
And there was screaming. So.
I mean, you can check me and you can go to the shop. And
he's bleeding, you're bleeding.
I mean, you can talk to all of us, but no, he didn't do anything like that to me. If anything, it was myself. And my nails. Look at my nails.
Okay,
right
what
there.
happened?
I scratch myself. I do get pretty crazy myself.
Oh, you do get
I put
pretty
nothing
crazy
on him.
yourself.
So
What
I
happened
know
to your
in
knee?
my law enforcement and my dictionary and stuff, you guys can't charge anything.
She knows that there's no charge because And she said what in her law enforcement and what?
Dictionary and stuff. So
What
I
happened to
know
your
in
knee?
my law enforcement and my dictionary and stuff, you guys can't charge anything.
She's already telling them, so y'all can't lock me up. Just make sure you know, you can't lock me up. I can't go to jail.
In your what? Law enforcement?
You know what I'm saying? My rights. And I'm sitting here and telling you right now, like, I'm fine. He's fine. You have an address. You have my ID. I can give you my social security right now. I have no problem with that, sir.
No problem. But you got no reason to take me to jail. None.
Okay.
It's just, I don't want no problems.
No, of course. Now you don't want no problems. Now that them boys in blue is there, you don't want no problems. But you create more problems.
We had an argument. That's it. I'm sorry.
Okay. Well,
But
I
you
have a
can't-
problem when
I know that because that's
people
your job,
have.
but it's also one.
Okay.
If you ever have another problem,
Okay. Knock.
She about to lose it on the cop. Be hanging off the cop's collar, scratching at him. Sheesh.
When someone batters another person in a domestic
did anyone
violence.
see that, or did they just hear us arguing? Because I yelled like a mother. I am like,
Oh, you look like a piece of work. You and your big ass teeth.
Okay.
Hear us arguing because I yelled like a mother. I am like, it's not even him half the time. It's me.
See that?
I will.
She'll be honest to the police, but she won't be honest to the dude she just ripped to pieces. You know what I'm saying? Most of the time, it's me.
Completely say that. I'll go. Not even him half the time. It's me.
It's you.
Okay.
You know.
I will completely say that. I'll go to jail right now for
You
that.
are.
Okay.
That's me.
Okay. It's me.
Leave him the out of it, bro. You're a f***ing bald ass, f***ing fat, white ass.
There it is. Oh, you getting all kind of charges. You getting your arm broke.
Respectfully, do not push it like that. I'm telling you, respectfully, do not.
Respectfully, don't push it like that. You don't see your nutcase of a girlfriend kicking this dude in the kneecaps. Y'all are a piece of work, boy. Don't throw her down like that. She thinks she's a giant. Look at it.
Why the f out of it?
Okay? She's all cool with her fake stories, and it's me. It's me. And hit the switch. This is the same one that was whooping his ass.
Bald
earlier.
ass, fat, white ass. Go!
Hey, respectfully, do not push it like that.
Respectfully. And what you gonna do, skinny boy? You know what I'm saying? What are you gonna do to these dudes? Look at Big Buddy got you right there. He put you walk forward and he made you say respectfully. That shit came out of you naturally. Like, listen, hey, Respectfully?
I'm telling you, respectfully, do not touch her like that. Stop.
Tries to kick me.
Oh, she did a flipperoonie kick. Oh, she pulled a move. She's a savage animal. Look at her. Ah, you going to jail too, stupid.
She just broke my glasses.
Oh, man.
Bro, chill the out, for real. Am I getting arrested? No. Listen.
Yeah, you getting arrested. Look at it. 27-year-old, 25-year-old child.
Well,
Again,
you can kick me, can't you?
Bro, the out. Move your foot in there, hurry up.
She kicked me in the face.
Hey, stop.
yourself with your
Stop.
Spit on him or something.
Stop.
I hope she's going to buy me some new glasses.
Hang on, let me go get my shot.
Anybody worry about your glasses? Look at it. She does that at home. She does that in the car. She does it in the street. All the time. No accountability. Ain't you accountable, shorty? She's an animal.
Like, go me.
Let go. Let go. Now. Let go.
Kill me.
Let go.
Kill me.
That shit.
Stop.
Right
Kill me.
Stop.
Kill me.
No. Stop.
My Uncle Ryan Rodriguez was a mother.
So what? Nobody
See
cares
what the-
about your Theo right now. Your Theo didn't teach you how to act. Got you whooping man and trying to fight police and all kind of shit.
Stop.
You ain't compared to him.
Yeah, Jake's coming.
Yeah, call him. Call him. Call Ryan.
Hey, settle down.
Hey, call Ryan right now.
No, Ryan doesn't matter.
Ryan don't
Yeah,
matter.
it matters. That's why you like calling him, right?
Don't matter.
Stop.
Call him.
No.
Call him, mother. Call my Uncle Ryan. Be a. Call my Uncle Ryan.
Stop.
Call him.
Settle down. I'm not calling Ryan.
Can you pick up a woman by yourself?
Okay.
You need handcuffs. Shut the up, you.
Hey, settle down.
Can you pick up a woman by yourself? You have to have 4 calls to take me up.
There's 2.
That's a super lack of accountability right there. You start throwing kicks and getting violent, you get thrown down, and now you blaming everybody else. Now, for all of you dummies in the chat, do I want them to destroy her and kill her and all of that? No. See, you retards be thinking that shit. No, that's not what I want. It's not what I want. You know what I'm saying? Same goes the other way. You know what I'm saying? But right now, she's acting a fool. Is it their job to break her arm right now? No, not their job to break her arm right now. You know what I'm saying? Now, forget about them for a second. Let's talk about her. That child ain't never been accountable for shit right there. You know, this is her first dose of accountability, or whatever number the last time she got arrested or the time before that, because I'm sure she's this 80% of the time.
Oh my God, but there it was, right?
Big ass teeth just swinging everywhere.
You like that?
Hey, settle
I
down.
beat 4 by myself.
Talking nonsense.
You didn't even beat one.
See, now these guys got little baby egos. You didn't even beat one of us. Come on, officer. You gonna talk shit back?
That's why one cop had you in handcuffs.
She's an animal. Look at her.
Find out, you dirty. That's why your wife knows that you ain't out here doing justice. You're just out here dirty ass. Shut the
What's up, affiliate marketers? How you doing? Michael Bashy here. Now, really quick, listen. I know you don't want to be here.
You're like this. That's why he has no hair. That's why he's getting on.
Hey, will you get your... Do you have a spit hood, Jake?
Oh, so you
A spit hood?
Spit hood. Now they gonna
How
put the
can you
hood
go
on.
along with the shit out of your wife? Your town suit all high and mighty. Shut the up. She don't even love you.
Damn, boys got
She cheats on you every day, bro. Get that.
Who are we talking to?
Fine ass man that makes a good income.
I don't even have a wife. So she'd have a hard time cheating on me.
Buddy in the back gets his ass whooped once a week. Buddy in the car and shit. The cape, the Superman, that was like, respectfully, don't push her down like that, bro.
I'm a 21-year-old.
Put that hood on, shut your ass. You 21? This is you.
One request.
Yes, ma'am.
Go tell my mom right the now I'm gonna go in jail.
Okay.
For him, no, I'm getting off the floor. Go tell her.
Turn this way.
Go tell.
Listen, these people, when they're nuts like her, they wanna. She's right now in the most vulnerable position she could be, and she still thinks that she's Godzilla. Right now, she's hog-tied. She got 2 or 3 cops on top of her. She got a spit mask on, and she's still making demands because she needs some semblance of control. She needs to have one thing that she gets her way. You know what I'm saying? And it ain't going to happen. She's just going to go get hog-tied and thrown in the back. And I don't know if they're going to take her boyfriend to jail, but he's a foolish young man.
Tell her.
Turn this way. Roll on your side.
Go tell her.
Roll on your side.
Go tell her.
Hey.
Go tell my mom I'm going to jail.
Okay, we will.
No, no, do it first. Stop.
Mom, she's going to jail.
Go tell her.
Okay, come on.
Alright, with you, bro.
Sit up. What are you going to do to them, though? If they don't do what you want.
So no one's going to know I'm going to jail, huh?
She's got a good horse kick. Which side, Jake?
You got a good horse kick.
This side or
Bro.
that side?
Either side. Have a seat.
All you had to do was calm your temper, calm your feelings. A little while earlier,
sit up in there.
You wouldn't be in a spit mask, hog-tied, getting thrown in the back of a police whip. We reached the crying stage, y'all. We reached the crying. We haven't seen the accountability stage yet, but we have reached the crying stage. Earlier, she faked the crying stage for a minute, and then she turned around and growled and shit. But right now,
You're gonna get dragged in. You coming?
Yeah.
No!
So sit up.
Stop, you boss! What? Your wife cheats on you 3 times a day, you dirty.
I'm not married.
No one wants to.
Boom, right in the head.
Hey, he's opening the door. Jake, he's opening the door. Bad bro, it's hot as
Okay, I'll roll down the window
That's reasonable. I'm surprised they didn't whoop his ass over that, but he's probably dying in
a
there.
little bit.
But I'm sure you've been in hot hell. Look at it, look at it, look at it, look at
Huh?
Do you have his info?
No, he's not coming back. He's lying.
Eventually, the male was identified, cleared, and released from the scene.
I'm trying to be difficult, obviously, I'm sorry.
We've reached the regret stage. Not regret, more like the negotiation stage. I'm not trying to be disrespectful. Now all of a sudden she wants to be logical. Now all of a sudden when she thinks it's gonna benefit her, she wants to be logical. But at this point, young lady, you got the mask on, you hog-tied, you going to jail. That's it. That's all it is.
I'm trying to be difficult, obviously, I'm sorry.
All right, Miss Rodriguez. Okay, we're gonna get you out of the wheelchair. Go ahead and stand up.
I'm f***ing crippled, bro.
I know.
I'm 21 years old. I'm crippled.
I know. I'm getting you out of the wheelchair. Stand up.
What am I in the wheelchair for?
21-year-old, ignorant, empty, thinks she's smarter than she is. And if she don't fix that shit now, that's gonna be her down.
That was the only chair they had. Stand up. Okay, if I take that spit hood off, are you gonna spit on me?
I'm not gonna spit on you.
Well, you were spitting.
And then act like she didn't spit. Act like it's obscene. It's absurd that he would even say. She's like, no, I'm not gonna spit. Why would I spit? Because you were spitting, bro. I don't be getting it.
No, I won't.
Okay, I'm gonna help you out. Let you use the bathroom, okay?
I'm gonna spit on you. I promise.
Promise?
Yes.
Is she gonna keep her promise? Let's see. She's ready.
I really do promise I ain't gonna spit on you. I'm sorry.
Bathroom's over here. Come over here.
Yes, sir. I'm sorry.
The ankle one?
We've reached the pity stage.
Relax, okay, so I can adjust this. Been on days way too long. I'm ready to go back to nights.
Let me tell y'all something. If you raising kids, you didn't have the benefit of video like this 20, 30, 40 years ago. You know what I'm saying? Put your kids up on game. You know, when they're 12, when they're 13. Hey, nena, don't be this pendeja. Learn how to act now. Learn how to handle your business now. You know what I'm saying? Learn how to handle your emotions now. Learn how to handle your anger now. Otherwise, you're gonna be like her, sitting in a I don't know, look like a hospital, getting ready to go to jail.
Do you have a family?
I don't.
Any kids?
No.
Oh, now she wants to ask all this. Now she's nice and wants to ask all the family questions. I don't get it.
Oh, what? What are you doing? It's like
Can't stay in a relationship long enough. I don't have one. I don't smoke. Yeah, so we're gonna be up here a while. Alright. Alright.
She's trying to seduce them, man. What she doing?
Have a seat.
something you can. I don't want to make my mom feel weird.
Okay.
I'm saying she's supposed to cut my hair and my boyfriend's hair. She's a barber.
Mm-hmm.
You are more than welcome to stop by, walk in.
Yo, she's bribing them with haircuts now. I'm telling you, she just cannot fathom the fact that she's gonna go to jail. She thinks she's gonna. She said, "Mate, let me try this." She got up, walked over there softly. She got tire tracks across her bra. I don't know what's going on with this girl.
Anything you want. She already told me.
Okay.
So, come back. I'm just gonna walk over there and see what the fuck they're doing.
You gotta have a seat.
Can you walk with me then?
Can't go over there.
You can't?
No.
Or you just don't want to?
We can't. You're in custody. I have to have you here. I have to take you to jail. Well, we have to get this done first.
We can get that done first.
We gotta clean. They gotta clean your knee up. They gotta do the
You ain't
X-ray.
gonna touch my knee until my mama knows where the I'm at.
Okay.
Your mama don't matter. You 21 years old. Your mama is a non-issue in this whole situation here. You know what I'm saying? Again, you just want to control something else that has to do with your whole drama that you don't want to, be responsible for, but you want to control.
And if you want to tell them that, that's fine.
I ain't gonna I'm Southwestern.
Okay.
My mama knows everything. I'm sorry.
Okay.
She gonna know what I'm at.
All right. Once we get to the jail.
Ghetto.
But you gotta have a
I
seat.
know Albuquerque.
Okay.
Sit your ass down.
Why'd she like me?
Grow up. Yo, you can't be growling at people and then 5 seconds later, you can't. A minute ago you were a gargoyle. Now you're trying to be the Little Mermaid and shit.
Here's one thing you need to do before buying anything online. Don't spend another dime on Amazon until you walk.
So I can't even go to my mom's shop right now.
Nope, you're going to jail.
Oh ma'am, I apologize, but I can't make any other stops.
So what the f? I just sit here and say what?
No, we're going to jail.
Nothing. There ain't nothing to talk about. What you need to say, you empty anyway. You ain't got nothing to talk about.
So what the f do I say? Hey, I'm in jail because I didn't have a f***ing ID.
No. You in jail because you beat up your boyfriend in public, and then you try to beat up a cop, and then you try to beat up another cop. Like, you got all kind of battery and assault charges.
What the f do you want me to say, bro? What do you want me to say? How much you want me to pay you?
Hey,
How much?
you're gonna catch a robbery.
What's worth it for you? What? What do you want?
Don't talk like that. You'll just get yourself in more trouble.
Obviously, it doesn't matter what trouble I'm in because I did nothing, and I'm in the of a back cop car.
Of course.
And I did nothing to you.
Nothing.
Can you show me the proof where I did something to you?
It wasn't me. It was the other
No, I'm saying, why'd you arrest me then?
I didn't.
Why'd you arrest me? Why am I in the back of a cop car right now?
Because you're not that bright, baby.
Okay, but why? Where's the proof and the legalization?
The what?
Where?
The legalization? Where's the proof and the legalization?
Where?
Where?
Why are you arresting me?
You're so smart.
In New Mexico State. What did I do wrong?
As I know, you kicked one of the officers.
What did I do wrong? Where's the film and where's the video?
Oh, this film we just saw.
Okay, so they got that ready or not?
Dispatch has been updated. You don't.
So why am I getting taken right now?
Why am I getting taken right now? Why don't they take me when everybody gets a copy of the tape?
Jail right now.
I'm going to jail, but y'all don't even have proof. Does that make any sense to y'all?
Yo, dumb people think they're smart as fuck. That shit is mind-boggling to me. She's dumb as a bag of bricks, but she's looking at him like, does that even fucking make sense, stupid? Like, what are we talking about here, shorty?
And this is the that busted me out in the mouth, but y'all are taking his side.
Oh, so now, after she took the fall for her boyfriend because she knows she was beating his ass, now she's trying to put him under.
And he's from Pecos. I'm from Carlsbad. He's from Pecos, Albuquerque. Y'all gonna take his side?
Dang, dirty ass.
A man's side?
That man tried to, well, he did try to rat you out without his name involved, but that man tried to fight police officers respectfully because they knocked your ass down because you kicked them and you sitting in the back trying to sell them out. But that's it. That's the type of delusion that we're under here.
That can beat the out of me in 2.5 seconds, which he has.
Not with those teeth.
Why do you think he has so many court cases? Y'all don't care though, right? As long as y'all got somebody. As long as y'all did something that day. Y'all don't give a
You're going to jail.
Yeah, put on your glasses. Shut the up.
He wasn't talking, you were. Looking for your phone.
You had a cigarette and a lighter.
Is she drunk? She gotta be drunk or something.
Why do so? Can I light it back here?
I don't have a cigarette.
So, can I light it back here?
Your wrist is gonna be so not. It's like she gets dumber and dumber. That's a long
With
ass
me, I'm
ride
a
to the police
with
station.
you, bro. You wanna act silent? You wanna act like you can't talk to me? You can talk to me like a normal person, but you choose not to.
He's not even talking to her. That's how needy she is. That the silence is driving her mad.
So I'm gonna not talk to you like a normal person, okay? You wanna be a dumb? I'm gonna be a dumb.
Then now you ain't doing nothing but killing your wrist. Yeah, shit hurt, right?
All you can do is talk to me, but you don't.
We're talking. What do you want to talk about?
My God. Why the am I the one getting arrested?
Because you a fool.
What the But you have so many complaints on everybody else but me, right? Obviously, you're a new cop, aren't you?
You're here, yeah.
You ain't from here.
I am not.
Okay, then. Thank you. You ain't from here, then. There you go. I'll be out here in a second without your help.
He wasn't gonna help you anyway.
You got that? You got that weapon? Can you shoot me in the head? Yeah?
Shut the up.
Yeah, man.
12510 traffic.
Something wrong with that child.
Dear traffic, you stupid. You don't even know the they're saying half the time.
And I don't even think it got nothing to do with no liquor. Just trying to open the door. She's not the brightest bulb. Hey, stupid.
Knock it off. You gonna let me out or what? Because I didn't do to you. I didn't do to you. So you can get the out like a normal person. So I know drug dealer, I know junkie.
Your bodysuit hanging out.
I'm dating a drug dealer, but I ain't no drug dealer.
Wait, what?
Person. So I know drug dealer, I know junkie. I'm dating a drug dealer.
I'm dating a drug dealer. She threw dude under the bus all the way out the car. Wow, what a dirty pig.
I'm dating a drug dealer, but I ain't no drug dealer.
Treat me like a lady? No, act like a lady.
Act like a lady? Yo, you was throwing kicks like a ninja.
Not if you're kicking the door.
I ain't act like a lady, but if you are, should be in the back of the car.
Step over this way.
Act like a lady? Any other way.
Step over this way.
Dead Fred looking at.
Here, look. I didn't do nothing wrong.
Dude, we're gonna figure that out.
Okay, well then call my lawyer.
We'll call him whenever we get you just out.
Call my lawyer.
We'll put you on the phone when we
That's
get
right
you
there.
just
I ain't going no better. I ain't going nowhere.
You going wherever they
The
take
female
you.
was charged with criminal damage to property, assault upon a peace officer, battery upon a peace officer, resisting arrest, and domestic battery.
Yeah.
YouTube thinks you'll love the video
Yeah,
on
I saw
screen.
those coming. Those were definitely gonna be the charges for her. Yo, man, I'm telling you, man, teach your kids how to act and how not to act, man. Because at the end of the day, once the police is there and they cuff you and all that, it's a wrap, man. You getting in the car, you going. That's it. You know, Buddy's sitting there defending her. She's sitting here ratting them out. You know, dirty, rotten scoundrels, boy. Dirty, rotten scoundrels. Real talk. He deserves it. They're made for each other. They are made for each other. What else we got here? I was trying to stay away from these. But, let me check this out. Suspect gets caught setting apartment on fire.
So you think you know Wick?
Suspect gets caught setting apartment fire.
But do you really? First up, we've got
Hey, let's go. Get out. Okay. Hey, let's go. Get out. Okay, get back.
90 years old.
There's a guy right here, dude. We need to get this guy down. Was it your apartment that was on fire? I lit it.
On the 21st of December, 2021, police were called to the scene of a fire that had taken over an apartment block in New Mexico. Most civilians were able to evacuate, but cops were made aware of one man who was yet to leave his apartment.
Is anybody inside that? Okay, get back. Everybody get back. Okay, get back.
90 years old.
Hey, let's go. Sir, I need you out of your apartment right now.
Apparently, there's a 90-year-old man still inside, and what's worse, it seems as though the
I don't be understanding these cops, you know, it's like they get so used to this power shit. The man is clearly leaving his apartment and closing his door, but the cop can't help himself to tell him, sir, I need you to get out of your apartment right now. Like, bro, you don't see me walking out of this.
Hey, let's go.
Fiery
sir,
building?
I need you out of your apartment right now.
Or was he going in?
Apparently, there's a 90-year-old man still inside, and what's worse, it seems as though the fire started in his apartment. But before diving into the blazing apartment, cops need to make sure all the other residents are safe first.
Is anybody in these apartments right here? Get back! Get back! Everybody get back! Hey, everybody needs to get to the street. Get to the street or get out. Hey, let's go. Get out. Is anybody else in this other apartment? Which one? We don't know if anybody's in any of these apartments up here.
With the fire department now on the scene, they can start to clear all the apartments, and most important...
It'd be the problem with shit like that. Like, people be on these heavy prescription drugs, they be sleeping heavy, they don't hear shit, they don't smell shit, they don't feel nothing. Banging on their door, they're out of there. You know, sometimes they'll get up and walk out and go sit somewhere else, and they don't even know how they got there because they were so high and they sleep.
Certainly get the fire under control. But before anything else, they notice an old man stuck on the upper balcony.
Hey, how is this guy getting down? We need to get this guy down.
I don't know if he's still up there.
There's a guy right here, dude.
You got fire, bro. I'll get fire.
Yeah, they just need to get a ladder over here, dude. Is there anybody else? Come on, let's go. Come on. Fire! Hey, you guys all need to move back to the street right now. Move back.
Hey, I'm gonna throw it against the wall.
What do you need? D-Lo, did you check this one with the light on?
Knocked, bro, but nobody answered.
With the help of 2 cops and 2 firemen, the old man is quickly rescued from the balcony and brought back to safety. But as cops would soon find out after, there's a catch.
They said they thought there was an old guy in one of these, but I mean, it was fully engulfed when we got here. There was flames coming out.
I don't believe they made it in yet, so.
Yeah, so I don't know. They said they thought there was an old guy in one of these, but I mean, it was fully.
But after, there's a catch.
They said they thought there was an old guy in one of these, but I mean, it was fully engulfed when we got here. There was flames coming out.
I don't believe they made it in yet, so.
Yeah,
I don't believe they make it out of that.
He said an older man. You said there's an older man that lives in the one that was burning?
Yeah, he's like a 90-year-old man.
Okay. All they're saying is there's like a 90-year-old man that lives in the one that was fully engulfed.
Okay.
So,
90-year-old man?
Yeah, that's what they're saying. They don't know if he was inside or
In
not.
addition to the person that we got off?
Yeah, that guy, I think he came from one of those sides.
Thanks to the quick response times of the fire department, the fire is put out almost immediately. But they're still worried about the resident of the previously ablaze apartment. These concerns are only amplified when they get confirmation that the man they saved from the balcony is not the one they're looking for.
You okay? Do you need to get checked out? Did you get any smoke inhalation?
Just a little.
Just a little bit? And which one is your apartment?
Next door.
Right next door to where they were.
Well, I don't know.
You're all the way down on the end, aren't you?
No, second from the end.
Okay. Well, if you need to get checked out, there's medics here.
Second from the end. So buddy tried to kill everybody.
This is the second time I've been
at a fire.
On the same floor.
The firemen then head into the apartment to search for survivors, but the news isn't good.
Did you find anybody inside?
There's supposedly that 90-year-old, but
yeah, that's what everybody was saying, but they don't know if he was in there or not.
chunk of charcoal maybe here and there.
Yeah. Did they find anybody in that apartment?
Negative.
No? Okay, so he might be gone. All right.
Thankfully, though, after getting to talk to some more residents, the cops get the news they were hoping for.
Officer looking for the occupant of that apartment?
Well, we were told that there might be somebody, but as far as I know,
That's him right there with the older
I'll
gentleman.
let Incident Command know.
Okay, I'm trying to call his daughter, but she's not answering.
Okay.
I'm the property manager.
Excellent. Just so you know,
trying to find the other Vic.
the 90-year-old man is standing over here.
Perfect.
He's good.
All right, I'll let him know.
Yeah, thank you.
What
do you mean?
Well, there's a conspiracy between the Bandito and the Chicago police. And the Chicago.
Before we go down that rabbit hole, how do you feel?
All right.
I'll make it.
Okay. Another gentleman who was.
To everyone's relief, the man is alive and well, and it seems as though there were no injuries whatsoever caused by the fire. But in a...
Now that could have been bad. A whole row of rooms like that, connected walls. That fire could have ate up that whole building. The whole building. Old man got conspiracy theories, though.
Amongst the 90-year-old's talk about conspiracies and plots, he makes a shocking confession that nobody on the scene expected.
Do you live here, sir?
I've lived here since 85 and then I moved up to...
Was it your apartment that was on fire?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I lit it.
You lit it?
Yeah, there's no way to get anybody else here.
Oh, okay.
They're in cahoots with the
681 go to 3?
police chief that shot my grandmother in front of a dozen people out there.
Do you have Danner come over here? Oh, or he's over there. Never mind, I'll go get him. All right, just hang out for me, okay?
Whew, you can have a mentally ill 91-year-old with dementia living next to you setting fires in the living room, boy.
Hey,
all because in his mind, he got a conspiracy about the Chicago police and shooting his grandma.
this is your guy that lives in the apartment? But I'm like, yeah. I'm like, hey, do you live in the apartment that was on fire? He goes, yeah. I lit it. I couldn't get anybody else out here. There you go, buddy. He said he lit it. He couldn't get anybody else out here for any other reason, so he said he lit it.
For what?
I don't know. I didn't ask him anything else. Hey, this makes your job very easy as an arson.
As far as arson cases go, this is likely one of the easiest cases this squad will ever have come across. However, things quickly become even stranger.
He said that, oh yeah, he started a fire. Well, he just told me he has Air Force One on standby at El Paso Airport so he can bring him back to the president. And the president was the one who sent him down here to do his job.
Ah, so the president sent him. That explains it. The president sent him. Okay. And Air Force One, not Air Force One's the sneaker. Air Force One's the president's jet is waiting for him to get him out of there.
Can we get him out of the elements, like in the back of the unit right now, or?
Sure, we can take him to the PD or anywhere you want to go. Even to PC him for starting the fire. I can't honestly say what the hospital's going to do. Dementia is kind of a deteriorating disease that the peak really can't do anything to control.
Right.
I know if we take him to the hospital, they're just going to let him go.
Is he going to be detained at this point, or?
Well, I would consider him that we're going to either detain him to 15 him or we're going to
detain him to PC him.
PC him. So,
yo, that's mad. That's a mad. What do they do? What do they do in that case? You take him to the hospital, or you arrest him, lock him up, and then have him see a judge. Let a judge decide.
Hey, Mr. Hitt, I'm going to escort you over here to one of the units so that we can just keep you warm, okay?
Oh, God, that's great, son.
Come on, let's go on over here. Can't what?
I can't walk to it. I've been doing it for 5 days.
Okay.
In this home.
It's difficult to decide exactly what to do with the man for multiple reasons. Prison is no place for a 90-year-old.
Now through October 13th, you can join Planet Fitness for just $1 down, $10 a month, with free fitness training in most clubs.
Dementia's no joke.
What to do with the man for multiple reasons. Prison is no place for a 90-year-old as it is. But now that he's claiming all these things about being on a private business from the president and having Air Force One on standby, the cops are worried the hospital won't even clear him to be charged in the first place. But since it's December, they decide to at least put him in the back of a patrol car while they decide what to do.
You ain't got any guns, bombs, knives, or anything in your pocket, right? I got to check real quick before I put you in my car. No lighters or anything? No. See,
no
you
lighters.
Get all the way in so I can close the door, okay? What are we doing with this guy? We're going to PC in Providence. We can't arrest him. He's not
He's
even
gonna
aware.
have to be in a nursing home somewhere. He can't, it's clear he can't live alone, and nobody can live near him.
What's going on? Are you guys going to charge him still, though? Probably should.
We can, but it's going to get thrown out because he's
let
not
the DAs throw it out is what I would say.
No,
and
that's what I'm saying. We'll do all the paperwork and we'll push it through.
Plus,
Before the cops can arrest and charge him, though, they do have to take him to the hospital to get checked out.
Come on.
I'm calm.
Okay.
I'm
91.
I know you are. Let's go inside. I got you.
Don't touch me.
You don't want me to help you walk?
Well, yeah.
Okay.
But not fully, yeah.
Okay. Just take your time.
Firecracker. Don't touch me. And he balled up. Did he ball up his fist?
You don't want me to hide?
Or was it already balled up?
Don't touch me.
You don't want me to help you walk?
Well, yeah.
Okay.
But not fully, yeah.
Wildin'.
Okay. Just take your time.
Setting fires, fighting cops.
We're going right over here.
They're gonna shoot when they see me.
Why is that?
Huh?
They're gonna what?
Shoot when they see me.
Why do you think that?
Pardon?
Why do you think that?
Well,
You've been here before?
I couldn't wait for hours for them to take me out.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he don't know what's going on.
No, he's PC. He said his apartment on fire, burned almost the whole complex.
He's the one that started it?
Yep.
Why did he set the fire?
Because he wanted to get this is the only way you could get the fire department there? But he didn't know why he wanted it. But he didn't know why he wanted him there.
He wanted him there because the president sent him there. Because the president sent him there because the Chicago police had conspired to shoot his grandmother. So The president sent him there to set a fire, make sure the fire department got there. Why y'all asking so many questions, man? The old man knows what he's doing. Sarcasm.
Is that really confused? I mean, it's kind of.
And what are you, judge and jury and execution? Or you sitting here eating a Snickers bar with your mask
Why
on?
did he set the fire?
Because he wanted to get the. This is the only way you get the fire department there.
Some thick ass glasses
But he
on
didn't
your
know
head.
why he wanted it there.
13-pound glasses.
I mean, is that really confused?
But he didn't know why he wanted it there.
I mean, is that really confused?
Pardon?
Is that really confused? I mean, it's kind of.
You mind your business and
Eventually, the man is medically cleared, and the police are told that, at least for now, he's fair game. From here on, it's just like any normal arrest.
Wow.
Lift your legs, boss. Lift up those legs.
America. You're gonna shackle his legs? He can't use his legs without shackles. What's he gonna do with shackles? Yo, y'all wildin'.
Okay.
America. America the beautiful.
What's that? What's that for? Because I'm taking custody of you and I want you in leg restraints.
Why are you taking custody?
Because we have to go to the station and talk to the detective.
Where?
To our station. We're going to go there here in a little bit. and talk to the fire investigator somewhere after we get done here.
The man was taken back to the police station where he gave the same story. He would have been facing a minimum of 5 years, but predictably, given the poor condition of his mental state, all charges were dismissed.
If you enjoy true crime videos like this,
Well, why even bother the old man with all of that? Like, you know what I'm saying? He's clearly a nut. You know what I'm saying? He's clearly, well, not a nut. He lost it. He did, the time has taken its toll. It's a wrap. You know what I'm saying? So to shackle his legs when he could barely get out the car itself, it's like, y'all sound stupid. Y'all sound stupid. Dementia ain't no joke, though, boy. Dementia have you eating out your hat and shit. When a Karen realizes she's going to jail, they got these child predator shows up to miner's home.
Canvas Annuity makes life easier. Not only does Canvas offer high crediting.
On July 8th, 2022, police responded to a call for a report of a suspicious male. On July 8th, 2022, police responded to a call for a report of a suspicious male wandering around the neighborhood. While en route, dispatch advised that they had been getting calls about the same suspect for weeks. The suspect, later identified as Timothy Nielsen, was looking for a 12-year-old girl who he found online. Nielsen came across the girl's YouTube channel and would leave inappropriate comments on her channel. That's when her parents decided to take the YouTube page down. Over the years, Nielsen would disguise himself as someone else and contact the girl on her other social media.
Somebody should have forced Nielsen to disguise himself as the Elephant Man. And they should have swelled his shit up all the way out to here.
Media platforms. He would try to contact friends of friends until he was able to locate the area she lived in. That's when Nielsen would travel from Oregon to Ohio to try and find her.
From Oregon to Ohio, okay? There's nothing you could do with somebody like that. There's no fixing that. There's no curing that.
Doors trespassing? Yeah, if you don't have permission to be on their property, absolutely. So why are you going door to door if you're trying to meet some girl from the internet for a date?
I've been after her for 5 years and I haven't heard nothing from her.
I've been after her, so he's making a whole bunch of admissions right here. I've been after her for 5 years, this, that, and the other. That's it. Lock him up. No more conversation.
I've been after her for 5 years and I haven't heard nothing from her.
Trying to meet some girl from the internet for a date.
I've been after her for 5 years and I haven't heard nothing from her. If I find her one day, that's fine. If not, I can leave. I just want to.
If you find her one day, then what, bruh? After 5 years, if you find her one day, then what?
No answer or yes answer.
Yeah, well, going door to door isn't going to find her.
What am I going to do? Sit out here, wait for them to pull out of the driveway?
Well, you don't even know where she lives.
I know I do, but I had my cell phone taken away from me. Like, I was sleeping over there by the Walgreens.
Okay.
And in that night...
It's weird how these people survive and manage to get across the country. And, you know what I'm saying? They're dumber than shit. They don't understand, common civics and how to act. And and you know how to talk, but he can make it from Oregon to Ohio and then spend 5 years back and forth, door to door, looking for this 12-year-old.
Someone took my cell phone from me.
Right.
So I don't know which.
So what's your long-term plan here? Because I mean,
long-term plan
we got several complaints about you coming up, knocking on people's doors, soliciting.
That's not right, man.
Well, that's why I'm here. I'm not just driving
That
around.
didn't happen. I'm just saying if I could get a yes or no answer for her, I would leave.
What?
I'm going to venture to say if you haven't found her yet, it's probably a no.
How are you to say that, man? I don't know what address.
Well, because you don't know where she lives. You don't even know who she is.
Are you?
And why do you guys, you know you got a camera on your chest. Why do you have your camera facing the sun with dude on that side so we can't see him?
Are you from Oregon?
I am from Oregon.
Oh, you got to take this guy in.
Why?
He's been harassing the 12-year-old daughter online.
That's how old she is?
Yeah.
You're gonna forbid me?
That's how old she is? This fucking guy.
Children, my name is As Little Children.
Oh God, this.
Oh my God.
The FBI is involved. The 12-year-old daughter online.
That's how old she is?
Yeah.
You're gonna forbid me? Little children, my name is As Little Children.
Oh God, this.
Oh my God.
The FBI is involved in it, so please.
The FBI? You know what?
All right, hey, stop talking to him. All right, step down here on the street, get off this property. All right, I'll be with you in a second,
Yes,
sir.
thank you.
Yeah. All right, so there's your answer. This girl you've been talking to is 12 years old. You're obviously an adult, so that conversation.
Forbid them not.
Hey,
forbid them not.
She is 12 years old. That is her parent. He will forbid whatever he chooses. Am I clear on that?
12 is very old. I was looking for a 6-year-old.
Woo! I couldn't be a cop. I couldn't do what that cops do. If there was a time for me to violate somebody's rights, if there was a time for me to put a dog down and I'm that dude hiding behind the badge, it might have been this cockroach-looking motherfucker from Men in Black and shit, the D'Onofrio character. This motherfucker, he probably would have got my goat right there. I would have job be damned, career be damned, everything be damned. Wow.
All right, that's disturbing.
And the cop is disturbing because you still sitting around talking to this asshole. You know what I'm saying?
12 years old, that is her parent. He will forbid whatever he chooses. Am I clear on that?
12 is very old. I was looking for a 6-year-old.
All right, that's disturbing.
You know what? Holy and profane, I'm holy. And so is my church, the Church of I Am Christ. I am Christ.
What are you need to,
There's gonna be people arguing in the comments when I clip this video and I put it out. There's gonna be somebody in the comments saying that he's the same as the 91-year-old old man that we just saw that burned down his apartment. And they're gonna say, oh, he got a mental disorder. Ain't no fixing that one. Ain't no fixing the old man's. You know what I'm saying? But ain't no fixing that one.
What are you, homeless?
Of mice and men.
You live in the area?
I'm homeless and a truck driver, and I'm
okay. Do you have a truck around here?
I'm waiting to make some money, man.
Okay, how are you gonna make money?
Driving trucks, man.
Okay, do you have a truck down here?
No. When I get some, I'll get some money when I drive some trucks that got a Class A license.
Okay, but if you don't have a truck, how are you gonna make some money?
What's this cop doing playing grab ass with
What's
this
your first name, bub? What's your first name? '14 headquarters.
This cop is scared of dude. This cop needs backup. Dude's too big, too strong, and too crazy for this cop. This cop's intimidated.
My name is As Little Children.
All right, what's your first name?
My name is As Little Children.
As Little Children?
That is my full name.
So your first name is Az?
My first name is Az.
Okay, is it A-Z-Z?
As in, become as little children, or you will not enter the kingdom of heaven.
Right, that's not making any sense whatsoever.
Become as little children, or you will not enter the kingdom of heaven. That's what it is.
Okay,
Become as little children, or you will not enter the kingdom of heaven.
So what is your government?
Whatever you think is paying you, whoever you think is paying you, I can pay you more.
Well, you're not paying me.
I can pay you
I'm
more.
a city employee.
If it's money, that's fine.
So what is
if
your?
it's for diligency,
Sir,
I'm here for my woman. And if she does not want me,
okay.
I will leave
Boom!
right now forever.
Right there.
Well, the Father has
Leave
said that you are not wanted, so you should leave forever.
Forbidden not. Forbidden not.
Well, that's not your place to say that you're not welcome here. So what is your government name?
Did the cop just tell him
you're
to
not
just
welcome
leave? So
here?
what? The cop don't think he got grounds to arrest this motherfucker?
So you
I will leave right now forever.
Well, the Father has said that you are not wanted.
Does not want me? Okay. I will leave right now forever.
Well, the Father has said that you are not wanted, so you should leave forever.
Forbidden not. Forbidden not.
Well, that's not your place to say that you're not welcome here. So what is your government name that you were given on your birth certificate or driver's license?
My name is. You want my social security number?
Sure. What's your first name? What's the name given to you by the government?
Timothy.
Timothy. And Timothy, what's the last name given to you by the government?
Nielsen. Nielsen. Forbidden not.
He's just highly educated.
Forsake your sons, forsake your daughters, forsake your wives, forsake children. Do not forsake little children. I'm little children. And if you're an officer of the law, that's it. If you will die for Jesus, if you will die for Jesus, die for Jesus right now. If you want to have me taken in underneath the law, go ahead, because you want to fight for that badge right now, go ahead. I am the one Church of Christ who is Muslim and Christian, and
how does this guy go through every day and no crazy shit happens to him? He don't get, nobody smokes. Like, he must know where to do all this crazy shit. You know what I'm saying? Nobody smokes him. Nobody locks him up. He don't get hit by a truck. Nothing happens to him. He just got time to stroll around all day and knock on doors looking for YouTubers and shit.
We have the living God who has never died.
Okay.
And if you want to be on
14 headquarters.
Look at him. Choose bones all day. Bitch ass. He looks like his mother and father were brother and sister, and his grandmother and grandfather the same.
Who would lose their life for Jesus Christ will find it. I will lose my life for Christ any day.
Okay. I hope today's the day.
For me, I find it. Lose your life for Christ. Let me just walk out of here, man.
Okay. So what? Again, what's your long-term plan? So we put to bed this whole I'm looking for this girl I met on the internet. It's against the law. You can't have a relationship with a 12-year-old. So the Father forbid it. You're not welcome on this property. So what is your long-term goal here, sir?
Right now, I need to go take a shit, man.
Okay. So after that, so where are you going to sleep tonight?
Not in the business. Not in the business, that's for sure.
Okay.
God,
but
now.
Timothy, listen. So apparently, according to dispatch, we've been dealing with you in this capacity for a couple weeks now.
I will leave forever if that's what's in her heart that says that I do not want this guy. I will leave forever, and that 5 years has been one girl has been a long time. Five years.
So would you agree with me that at 12 years old she's not?
I do not agree.
Okay. So, well, I'm telling you that you're not to have any type of relationship.
Okay, as little children, right? She's going to be old one day and die.
So?
Because I will live forever. And I will kill myself. I will kill myself.
Okay. So are you making threats to harm yourself?
No, I'm not.
Lock him up. Put the P on his jacket. Okay, I can't say it because YouTube won't let me say it. Put the pervert on his jacket. And let them read it, let them deal with it.
Are you sure? Because you just said I'll kill myself.
Lock him up.
Her, I will die one day.
Well, we're all going to die one day.
Right. And I hope my day is soon.
Okay.
Why
is that?
I'll be diligent with you, sir.
Okay, I appreciate that. But so why do you think you? I mean, we're all going to die one day. But I mean, you understand she's 12, but I understand from you that doesn't make a difference.
But you don't understand God. With men, things aren't possible. With God, all things are possible. All things.
I understand
all things,
that.
Huh?
I mean, that's what they say.
And I want to know what's in her heart. Her heart.
Okay. So at 12 years old, if she says, yes, I'm in love with this.
Don't give me all that stuff, man. I've been with one girl all these years.
I'm trying to understand where you're coming from.
Or gone whoring around with other girls. I've been with one girl this whole year.
Okay. And where's that girl at?
2 girls. That's it. All these years.
Okay.
All these years. I tried to build this church. One church is all that's left. It's because God has never died. He's always...
Listen, man, and then they say they've been dealing with him for weeks. So you mean he could have been killed anybody? He could have done whatever he wanted, hurt whoever he wanted. He'd been roaming around there for weeks.
He's living. He's a living God.
That was her father's job to handle him.
He has never died. He escaped that death. When he came back and he was like crying, he said, "What you guys doing all sleeping? Let's go." That's God for you. And he drives the biggest ship around here. And they're going to be on the mast for me. Back mast, front mast. My 2 girls.
Okay, so who do you think lives here?
I don't know, man. I'm in a nightmare, man. I've been 5 years here, man. 5 years on the same girls. And I don't do other girls, man. I'm not.
So you know these 2 girls' names, but...
I'm putting in nobody in danger.
So who do you think lives...
And I'm putting nobody in danger.
But you've never... So how do you...
From the internet. I will never harm anybody. I'm putting nobody in danger.
Okay.
I could maybe just take a date with no sex. I'm not looking for sex. Maybe just a date for coffee or something, man.
You gotta split his shit.
Just to meet her on the very...
Do you think 12-year-olds drink coffee?
I'll buy her dinner, dude. I don't care. I'm not looking for sex.
All right. So they do have a... So he keeps talking about... They have a daughter, her best friend, Parma Heights. So apparently they had like a YouTube channel like 5 years ago, but he somehow started stalking them. So he ventured from Oregon, and now he knows where he is. And like in my conversation with him, like he's leaving with this 12-year-old. Like nobody's going to tell him no. He doesn't care about the law. Under God, no one shall forbid. Blah blah blah. Like these folks are scared to death.
I'm trying to figure out myself, but he said 5 years. They haven't posted in a while, and I'm like, how do you know they live here? He's like, I love their channel. Once I started watching their channel, everything else went to shit. I was like, but how do you find out they live here? And he goes, well, I don't want to say, but it wasn't hard. And it sounds like they're kids.
They're 12 years old. Well, 13. Yeah.
Yeah, and he said that's some internet channel, and they haven't posted in a little while, and he's trying to start a church, and they were like, he wants a date. He's down here on his hands and knees begging God for a date.
Oh, watch this camera.
Yeah,
I thought we were throwing down for a second. So he got really animated about being in the church. He kept saying his name was as the children, and kept referencing God in the church. So unfortunately, this guy confirmed that this is the right house because he came out, and as he talked to the guy here in the drive, he goes, "Are you from Oregon?" Yeah. He goes, "This is the guy, my daughter." I'm like, oh.
Is he from Portland? He said he's from Portland.
I don't know.
ID,
so I just, like I said, I haven't run the ID. Terry said that it's probably this guy.
Yes, we've been dealing with him. But he said he came from Portland. So I'm like, where are you staying?
Man,
he goes, well, downtown Cleveland.
Oh, that's
Portland's
tough.
way nicer than Portland.
I mean, so he's homeless. I mean, these parents, like, I guess he found out mom's cell phone. I guess he called mom's cell phone a couple weeks ago.
That's a stalking charge. Why are y'all still out there entertaining this
And
shit?
like now he knows where they live, and so like they're petrified.
So there's no way the mom is on the internet in some capacity. This guy's after the mom, is he?
No, it's definitely the kids.
Come on,
it's
man.
definitely the kids.
You
Yeah,
giving
I'm
them
careful
out?
with this
You giving them an out over there, stupid?
Apparently the FBI got involved like 5 years ago, and like apparently this agent, and I mean I don't have all the details about it. We just talked briefly, but apparently all the they were involved. Said it's a mental situation. But the FBI guy's like he basically told the family he goes. He lives in Oregon. I wouldn't worry too much about it.
Yeah, see? I wouldn't worry. FBI, I wouldn't worry about it. He's in Oregon. Somehow, that lunatic with them teeth chomped his way across the country to Ohio.
All right, Mr. Nielsen, I told you I would do you one favor. I did speak with the 12-year-old, and I know while you said that you don't care if they're 6 years old, 12 years old, it's what you feel in your heart. She wants nothing to do with you.
Do you believe it came from her?
I talked to her.
Bruh, to even go over there and placate this motherfucker's fantasies is disgusting. You know what I'm saying? They should have never. I don't know if he talked to the girl or if he didn't talk to the girl, but if he did, he should have never talked to the fucking girl. Girl got nothing to say. She's 12 years old. She ain't got no place to say nothing, right? That's number one. Number two, why are you placating to this guy's fantasies when you got plenty of reason to put him on the ass end of an inmate that wants to you know what I'm saying, do something to him? Instead, you out here placating to him, and he gonna ask you, was it really her? You think you were really talking to her? Come on, man.
Talk to her specifically.
Do you believe it came from her? She wasn't under distress at all?
Well,
Bro.
I talked to her. I talked to her specifically.
They
she
should
wants
take
nothing
his
to do with
teeth out
it. No,
and do him in with his own
I talked
teeth.
to her. I talked to her specifically.
Do you believe it came from her? She wasn't under distress at all?
Well, no, she's not under duress.
How do you know?
Because I was in the house.
How do you know she's not under duress right now?
Okay.
How do you know she's not under duress? Huh?
Put your hands on your back. Put your hands behind me. We're not gonna have you acting up like this.
All that tough shit.
That's erratic?
Step this way. It doesn't matter. Yours is probably easier to get into.
I've done nothing. I have done nothing.
Nielsen was arrested and transported to the Medina County Jail. He was charged with 2 counts of menacing by stalking and 1 count of importuning. On December 22, 2022, he was sentenced by stalking and 1 count of importuning. On December, he was charged with 2 counts of menacing by stalking and 1 count of importuning. On December 22, 2022, he was sentenced to 4.5 years in prison, followed by 5 years of post-release control. He will also be required to register as a Tier 1 sex offender. Thank you for watching. Let me know what you think about this incident down in the comment section below.
I don't want to talk about this incident. That piece of shit, boy. Yeah, nah, there's a big difference between him and a 91-year-old man with dementia. I don't give a fuck if he is a mental case. They ain't got no place on the planet, as far as I'm concerned. No place on the fucking planet. Man, boy, hold on, man. I'll be right. I gotta get some. I gotta smoke something now. Jesus, that shit was crazy. Let's get lighthearted. Let's do something a little more lighthearted. When Karen realizes she's going to jail. Evidently, she thinks she's too hot to go to jail. Here she goes right here. Alright, y'all can see the she's evidently too hot to go to prison, y'all. I don't know. That looks like
Adobe Express Desktop just came out with a ton of new features, and if you're a content creator, you need to listen up. Adobe Express is offering new video creation tools where you can make TikToks and Reels instantly. If you don't have a fully formed idea quite yet, you can use one of their templates. They also have stock video and audio.
December looks like that killer nurse's. She looks like that killer nurse's daughter. All right, let's start here. When Karen realizes she's going to jail. Whew, that last one was heavy, man. That dude, yo, man, his teeth was built for the curb.
December 2021. A New Mexico state police officer attempted to pull over a driver which had received several traffic complaints for erratic driving. It started like any other traffic stop, though when the driver escaped, things escalated beyond belief.
Come at him!
Get it. After fleeing the traffic stop, the suspect would later be spotted again at a gas station nearby.
Hey man, who just walked in in that car?
What followed was one of the most intense examples of resisting arrest the officer had ever seen. Would later things escalated like any other traffic stop. Had received several traffic complaints for erratic driving. It started like any other traffic stop, though when the driver escaped, things escalated beyond belief.
Come at him!
Oh, another chomper.
After fleeing the traffic stop, the suspect would later be spotted again at a gas station nearby.
She had to go get some beef jerky and some Gatorade, and they caught her.
Hey man, who just walked in that car?
What followed was one of the most intense examples of resisting arrest the officer had ever seen.
Come out of the stall and get out!
I'm shitting.
Now!
I'm peeing!
Come out of the vehicle! Get out here now! Get out! Get your hands up!
What did I do? I didn't do anything.
Number one or number two?
Jamie relentlessly plays dumb with the officer, insisting that she simply went into the bathroom stall to use the toilet. It's obvious that she was not thinking clearly.
Wasn't you? What? That's why they told me you're driving that blue car, right?
Yes.
Okay, good. You are now detained. So I figured out exactly why you left from...
Detained?
Because you took off my traffic stop.
What are you talking about?
What are you talking about?
No, you need to get...
Come on.
Let me go! Let me go! Let me go! You are such an asshole. Let me go!
So what happens when you run from the police?
You peed your pants.
I didn't do anything to the police.
Yeah.
Doodled on yourself or something.
That's not how this works.
Let me go! Let me go! Let me go!
Come on.
No! Let me go!
She repeatedly stated she did not do anything. This pattern of irrationality escalating the situation until the officer had no choice but to take drastic measures.
Let me go!
Oh, you're going down.
Let me go! No!
What's the drastic measure?
Stand
You
right
high
here.
arm the shoulders.
Stand right here and separate your feet. Separate
She
your
can't
feet.
separate her feet no more than they're
Separate your
separated
feet.
already. She can't. Have a little, give her a little dignity. She can't.
Eventually, the officer had to shout to be heard over her shrieking.
Please let me go!
Where's your ID?
I don't know.
What's your name?
Jamie.
Jamie what?
Lee Curtis.
As Jamie finally told the officers her name, it seemed she was at last willing to cooperate, until she went back to her same old tricks.
Spell your name. J-A-M what?
J. No,
I-E.
I'm not spelling my name for you. That is not how my name is spelled.
Spell your name.
No.
You're gonna get another charge if you don't give me your name.
No.
Okay.
My phone's in the middle of the car. Please.
Figure it out.
If you just let me.
What?
I'll cooperate.
You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you in a court of law. You have the right to an attorney and have them present with you during any questioning. If you cannot afford one, will be provided for you at government expense before any questions if you wish. You can decide at any time to exercise these rights, not answer any questions, or make any statements.
As the officer
So
reads
what? Your
Jamie her
phone's ringing.
Miranda
Big deal.
rights, we can distinctly hear Jamie's phone ringing on her. This is a crucial piece of information, as she later asks the officer if he'll just let her go find her phone in the car. Asking to retrieve a phone she already had may have been a deliberate calculation on Jamie's part, as the police would later find incriminating evidence in the car, which Jamie may have been trying to hide.
Okay.
Jack off Smirnoff.
I think it's in the car. If you just let me go over there, I'll find it. It's in the car.
The officer, however, knew better than to let her near a car he still needed to inspect, as Jamie would soon make obvious the police had good reason to believe she was under the influence of large amounts of alcohol.
Okay. So I noticed that while we were in the bathroom that I smelled a faint odor of alcohol coming from you. Have you had anything to drink today?
A little bit.
A little bit. Is that why you ran from me?
No.
Put you in the back of the car, okay?
No, I just need my boyfriend.
Now she needs her boyfriend and another drink.
My boyfriend, please. Please. Find my boyfriend. Please. Please find him.
Just relax.
Find him? Where was he when
There's
he
your
was
phone.
running?
Your phone's on you.
No, I don't have it.
I can hear it ringing.
I don't have it. I don't.
Oh, I can hear it ringing.
Well, I don't. Oh, it's in my leg. It's right there.
It's in my leg. It slid down from where?
I didn't put it there. Please call my.
Well, how'd it get there if you didn't put it there?
I don't know. Please.
Is it David?
Yes.
Special country.
Letting Jamie speak to her boyfriend,
they laugh at us like fools in Saudi Arabia.
was a gesture of kindness from the officer in an attempt to calm her down.
You gonna calm down? If you calm down, I'll fix your handcuffs.
Okay.
We have a deal? Okay.
This initially seemed to work, though she still relentlessly begged police officers not to tow her car, and shouting to attract attention.
I swear I didn't see you. Please don't tow my car.
I have to tow your car.
Please.
I have to tow your car.
You thought you was Smokey and the Bandit.
All right.
Please don't tow my car. Please.
Turn your hand this way. Just put your hand right here in your lap for a second, okay?
Please don't tow my car.
I have to tow your car.
Please don't tow my car.
Okay?
Play stupid
Relax for a
games, win
second.
stupid prizes. Everybody don't get sympathy from me.
Just hang on. Sorry, hang on. Relax. There you go. Let me see your hands. I'm going to put them in the front for you, okay? Why you smell like booze right now? Okay?
I'm drunk,
How much
bitch.
you had to drink today?
Nothing.
Yeah, that's not what you told me initially.
No.
So
Nothing.
you had nothing to drink?
No.
Okay. So would you be willing to take some standardized field sobriety tests so I can see? No?
Sure.
Yep, I'll take some field sobriety tests. Sure.
Are you gonna do them or no?
Sure.
Okay.
You want to unbuckle me?
She probably couldn't do those tests sober.
If you try to run,
a lot of people can.
I'm not gonna run.
All right, I'm gonna tack you to the ground, and there's a possibility you might get injured.
Not gonna run.
Okay.
I did not. No, I'm not gonna run.
Okay.
Unbuckle me. I'll take whatever test you want.
You want to take some field sobriety tests?
Sure.
All right.
Sure. Let's.
Getting Jamie to take
them
field
nails
sobriety
into that
tests
coffin.
would be the closest thing to real cooperation the police would achieve with her.
Touching heel to toe, looking down at your feet, counting out loud so I can hear you.
1.
Hang on, don't start yet. Okay? I didn't tell you to start.
She's like, I'm ready to go, bro.
All right. Do you understand my test?
You know what? I'm drunk.
America. Fuck it. I'm drunk.
Okay? I didn't tell you to start. All right? Do you understand my test?
You know what? I'm drunk.
Put her on a t-shirt.
I'm drunk.
Okay.
I just want my boyfriend, okay?
Ultimately, her body language and overall lack of focus betrayed her intoxication.
I just
She was
want my
forced to
boyfriend.
admit what everyone already knew.
Okay, well, do you want to finish the test or do you want to stop?
Just stop.
Okay.
I just want my boyfriend.
All right.
I didn't do anything wrong.
Okay.
Jamie has just admitted to driving drunk, yet instantly falls back into pleading that she didn't do anything wrong. Her tantrum is apparently far from over. Falls back into
She's so pop.
Instead of trying dropshipping where you can only make $50 a sale, what if you could make 3, 5, or even 10?
Jamie has just admitted to driving drunk, yet instantly falls back into pleading that she didn't do anything wrong. Her tantrum is apparently far from over. After placing Jamie back into the police vehicle, the first officer inventoried her car so it could be towed. Considering Jamie's state, what he found was no surprise at all. Two
looks like she lives in it.
Bottles of hard liquor in the front seat, and one of them was open.
No!
Okay.
What?
Tell you what,
Let me go.
I'm going to put the handcuffs behind your back if you don't stop.
No, let me go.
No.
I did not do this. Let me go. You cannot hold my car.
The time she spent alone with her thoughts only agitated Jamie, leading to a disastrous idea.
Okay. Nope, you're not getting out.
Yes, I am. No.
Then
no,
she got her
no.
phone.
Get off me. Get off me. Get off me. Stop it.
You're going to get a you're going to
Stop
get
it. Sexual assault.
You're gonna get an additional. You're gonna get an
Let me
additional
go.
charge.
Do you
Let me go.
Well,
gonna
she
get
almost
battery
took
on
his
a-
whole
assault.
arm,
You're
wrist.
going to get battery
Sexual assault. Let me
sexual
go.
assault.
If she could convince people that the police were harming her or incapacitate them somehow, she might be able to get away. Accusing officers of
Yeah. You gotta knock them out. She gotta get the video so that there's no proof. You know what I'm saying? She got so much shit she gotta do in order for her story to
Gonna
stick.
get battery on
Sexual
a-
assault. Let
sexual
me
assault.
go.
If she could convince people that the police were harming her or incapacitate them somehow, she might be able to get away. Accusing officers of sexual assault is a common tactic used by women on male police to try and get away with charges. Fortunately, all the officers in this case were wearing body cams.
You're going to get another charge
No.
if you hit me.
Let me go. Let me go.
Come back over here. Put your
No.
seatbelt on.
No.
Come back
Let
over
me
here.
go.
Come on.
No.
Jamie doesn't stop at just kicking and biting police,
done, so you got
offenses
extra
which are
charges
severe
now.
enough on their own. Instead, she goes on to make even more violent threats and sick allegations toward the officers.
Get in. Get in.
No. No.
Get
Let
in.
me go. No.
Get in.
Get in.
No.
Get in.
Get your feet in.
Finally,
that's
after an
too
excruciating
loose. That
ordeal
should be a
trying
charge
to get
by
Jamie to
itself,
simply
shit.
sit in the car, the officer allowed himself to voice what everyone was thinking.
Aye. This is why I hate drunk people, dude.
This is why I hate drunk people, dude. My thoughts exactly. And despite this statement, the police officer showed remarkable patience toward a suspect who stopped at nothing
tried
to
to eat
create
him.
as much
Almost
chaos
took
as
his whole
possible.
arm.
Ultimately, he let the charges speak for themselves and performed his job admirably.
Stop kicking my door. Sit up.
I need to sit up. I can't breathe. Please.
Sit up. Come on.
It'd be your fault though.
Is my boyfriend here?
No, he's
No.
not coming.
Where's your phone?
I don't know.
Oh, okay. We'll find it here in a little bit.
It's here.
I'll go over there and get it. Hang on.
No, I can't.
By this point, her charge count was up to 4, with the addition of battery on a police officer. And serious penalties were in store for her when police officers drove her to the New Mexico State Police main office. They must have thought they would finally be able to get her behind bars without taking further damage. Little did they know, Jamie still wasn't finished.
Jamie wasn't done? You don't get tired, Jamie? Jamie don't get tired.
You got shackles or something? Nah, that's all we got.
Y'all need to get whatever you can get.
Oh, no, we'll be all right.
Shackles, rope.
Sit down. Thank you.
We've reached the crying. We've come back to the crying.
Don't do that.
Oh, she's throwing kicks.
Let me go.
That crying. See how quick
Sexual
that crying
assault.
stopped? Hold on. Let's look at this
Touch me.
quickness of this.
Let me go.
Thank you.
Boo-hoo right here.
Sit down.
Boo-hoo.
Thank you.
Boo-hoo. Oh, Kung Fu Panda.
Don't do that.
Fuck you.
Look at that. Crying
Let me go.
stopped. Kung Fu Panda kicked in.
Sexual assault.
Okay, that's another.
Don't touch me.
It's another charge.
Sexual assault.
Even after being handcuffed to a bench and warned about catching further charges, Jamie still hasn't realized that she is losing this encounter against the police. She continues attacking them and accusing them of sexual assault, even though police body cam footage shows no such thing. As a result of her rampage, Jamie receives yet another charge for battery on a police officer, bringing her possible penalties up to $10,000 and 18 months in prison. Eventually, the New Mexico State Police have no other choice but to take her straight to the Otero County Detention Center.
And she was probably tweaking on them towing her car because she probably didn't pay for it, and they were probably trying to repossess that shit anyway. So she just pretty much ruined her life. Got pulled over back and forth on the highway, took off on the traffic stop, got caught up in the toilet. America.
I'll help you.
She's still wilding. 4 buildings later. Where's my boyfriend? He not coming.
Watch her.
Where's my boyfriend?
Step out here.
No. No.
Step out here.
Where's my boyfriend? No.
Huh?
What are you gonna do to me?
I know, we're gonna just move the
Where's
cuffs
my
around.
boyfriend? He's not here. What are you gonna do to me?
Taking Jamie straight to jail didn't improve the situation at all. Every time it seemed like Jamie was finally calming down, officers quickly realized that she was seemingly only gathering energy for yet another bout of vile insults and accusations against the police.
She's a clown.
Why don't you tell him I was going to the hospital? That's where you're sending me.
I had no idea. You hadn't been in.
No, you're gonna send him to the fucking at the other place. That's where you sent me.
What?
Fucking bunch of fucking assholes trying to me.
Wow.
Hey, they cut me down to a bench, okay? Hey, fucking assholes trying to me. Hey, they cut me down to a bench, okay? They cut me down trying to take my pants off.
The officer who initially arrested Jamie must have had the patience of a saint, because all it took was hearing 5 minutes of Jamie's tantrum for another policeman at the jail to completely lose his patience.
They wouldn't tell my boyfriend where I was, and they tried to tell
your boyfriend when he calls back. All right? They hold a lot of power in their hand right now. You don't want to start being ugly with them.
Why can't I call him? I get a phone call.
You are going to get a phone call once you get your heart rate good.
I don't give a fuck about my heart rate.
When you get back from the hospital.
No, I want it now. I want it now.
I don't know if you realize this, but this isn't Burger King, all right?
Not Burger King,
You don't get
indeed.
it your way.
And yet, Jamie's sense of entitlement was relentless.
She wish. I'm going for it.
Ready to move.
Let go of me. Let go of me. Let go. No males are allowed to touch me. No males are allowed to touch me. No males are allowed to touch me. Let go of me. Let go of me.
You're in our custody.
No males are allowed to touch me.
They've been rather patient with her.
Don't touch me.
When paramedics came to take her to the hospital, she continued her onslaught.
She's a villain, man.
Forcing the ambulance to stop 3 times en route until they finally gave up and refused to transport her any further.
She keeps throwing off her seatbelts during transport, and I've deemed it unsafe to transport her because of that behavior.
Are you taking the seatbelt off?
No, it came off. I did not touch it.
Only the police officer who first arrested Jamie eventually managed to get her to the ER. Since these events, Jamie has taken a plea deal, pleading guilty for a DWI and 2 counts of battery on police officers. It remains unclear whether Jamie spent any more time behind bars.
Jamie is a demon, boy. Jamie ain't playing no games. She's like a little, like Kingpin and shit. Little head, big body, just a juggernaut. Damn. Jamie wildin'. She dog walked the first cop that pulled her over, took off on his ass. He didn't even catch her in the chase. I don't know if he chased her. Maybe it's part of their policy not to chase. Caught up with her at the gas station, pulled her off the toilet. She treated them like shit for a couple hours there while he searched the car. Every building she went to, boy, she was on some savage shit, boy. They kicked her out of an ambulance. I ain't never seen that before. She got kicked out the ambulance. You would think if she was in custody, they'd cuff her to the bed. I don't know. But she's wildin'. She's wildin'. Let's do let's do murdering a friend for $30,000, or when the criminal is smarter than the detective. Let me see. Let's do the murder in the front for 30 stacks. Because I see some.
Creating your first video? You should start with the music. Go to artlist.io and get high quality music and sound effects.
Hey, can I tell you something else? So you're thinking about just because bothering me sitting in here and I'm just.
The person sitting in front of you is a 35-year-old woman by the name of Cassandra Waller. Cassandra is currently being questioned at the Pensacola Police Department regarding the recent disappearance of her then-girlfriend, Taylor Wright. Just before we can analyze this interrogation, it is important to understand the events that led up to this moment. So, we need to start about 10 days earlier. On September 8, 2017, at around 10 a.m., a 36-year-old woman by the name of Taylor Wright was waiting at the front door of her and her girlfriend's house for her friend Ashley MacArthur to come and pick her up. Taylor Wright was then witnessed by her girlfriend Cassandra Waller as Taylor enters Ashley's vehicle and drives away. The two girls were heading out to run some errands together, but after a few hours had passed, Taylor began replying to Cassandra's messages in a way that caused concern. Cassandra could immediately recognize that the messages being sent felt as if they were not coming from Taylor. The speech patterns were unfamiliar, and the messages being sent were totally out of character. Eventually, the communication stopped completely. A few days went by, and
I gotta go back because I want to see the timestamps on these texts.
Away. The two girls were by her girlfriend Cassandra Waller as Taylor enters Ashley's vehicle and drives away. The two girls were heading out to run some errands together, but Taylor enters and pick her up. Taylor Wright was then witnessed by her girlfriend Cassandra Waller as Taylor enters Ashley's vehicle and drives away. The two girls were heading out to run some errands together, but after a few hours had passed, Taylor began replying to Cassandra's messages in a way that caused concern.
Okay, I'll call you later. I'm not angry with you. I should have called, but I just needed to think. I'm trying to get my life organized and on track. Where are you? Did you get home? So that was 8:39. This one was 7:58. 11:54. I'm okay. I just need some time to think. The move in court is very stressful. I need a few days to myself. Everything is okay. I'm not doing anything bad. Something happened.
Cassandra could immediately recognize that the messages being sent felt as if they were not coming from Taylor. The speech patterns were unfamiliar, and the messages being sent were totally out of character. Eventually, the communication stopped completely. A few days went by, and Cassandra still could not get a hold of Taylor. So she speaks to Ashley, but Ashley claims that Taylor went home after going shopping. So, on Thursday, September 14th, 6 days after Taylor disappeared, Cassandra visited the Pensacola Police Department to fill out a missing persons report. While speaking to the officers, Cassandra stated that this behavior was extremely out of character for Taylor, and that the two were in a good place within their relationship. So, she believed that Taylor running away without any contact is not likely at all. She also stated that normally Taylor was very active on social media and very responsive to calls or texts, yet Taylor had not been replying or using social media at all. 4 days after filing the report, on September 18th, Cassandra was then contacted by police and asked to attend the Pensacola Police Department again, this time to take part in an interview. And so, attend a report. On September, not very active on social media and is not likely at all. She also stated that normally Taylor was very active on social media and very responsive to calls or texts, yet Taylor had not been replying or using social media at all. 4 days after filing the report, on September 18th, Cassandra was then contacted by police and asked to attend the Pensacola Police Department again, this time to take part in an interview. And so, that's exactly what she did. Investigators had obtained zero evidence at this point, so following standard police protocol, they focused on trying to eliminate Taylor's spouse as a suspect first. They began the interview by setting up the room to immediately apply some pressure on Cassandra. They did this by positioning themselves between the door to the room and Cassandra herself. This is a very simple, yet effective technique that provides the illusion to Cassandra that in order to leave this room, she needs to go through them. Not only that, these officers strategically placed their handcuffs on the table directly in front of Cassandra. This can also be an effective maneuver to indicate to her that they have already prepared themselves to make an arrest, should they be given any reason. Also, before entering this interrogation room, the investigators had already asked Cassandra for her cell phone. They had not yet had the opportunity to search through it, so they decided to bring it into the interrogation room with them and use it as a tool to dangle in front of her.
Yeah, they went straight mind bender on her, boy.
This is your personal cell, correct? If you're okay with that, just sign right there.
After getting written permission to search Cassandra's phone, this officer then leaves the room and simultaneously browses through its contents, while the other officers continue the questioning.
The last day that y'all were together, can you kind of walk me through that?
She made me like eggs and bacon and stuff, and she was in no hurry for anything. You know, just like a normal morning. I said, well, we'll go to the grocery store. I'll pick up some stuff. We'll have wings tonight. And that was that. She was like, okay, well, Ash is coming over. We're going to go to Ash's bank, and we're going to pick up my money and stuff out of the safety deposit box. So as I was getting in my car, Ash had pulled up, and I was like, all right, you know, we hugged, we kissed, said love you. I went my way.
Any other plans, errands they had to run?
No. But when Taylor wouldn't text me back.
Going to the safety deposit box, not a good look.
I texted Ash, and I was like, Ash, like, where are you guys at? Because I thought that they were just going to run to the bank. That's the only thing I knew of that day. Finally, Ash called me, and Ash was like, hey, we're up at my mom's house, which is up in Milton. They own a farm. She was like, you know, Taylor's broke down and cried twice today. I'm like, what is going on?
Ashley would have the capability or the means to harm.
I don't know that well. I can't answer that. I don't know.
Just a second, okay?
The officers then decided to step out of the room briefly to discuss some interesting information that the first officer uncovered while searching through Cassandra's phone. Cassandra then has a sudden realization regarding Ashley's potential motive.
She was talking about how she felt like something just wasn't right with Ashley. She wasn't sure if Ash had her money or not. Because Taylor had been trying to get the money out of Ash's safety deposit box. Taylor said for like 4 or 5 days. And I was like, Taylor, you know, she's probably been really busy. And she goes, no, Cash. She goes, like, I'm telling you, something just doesn't feel right with me.
But wouldn't that come to your mind first and foremost? Wouldn't that come to your mind when they asked you what you know about Ash? You think Ash is the type of person that could hurt her? Why didn't it come to her mind then? Especially after all these days.
I don't want to think this, but like I want to give you guys like whatever you guys need.
I
could be so wrong.
No, I'd rather you be wrong and have a feeling or know something to
I
tell
want
us.
Ash to be mad at me, though, because I, maybe
doesn't-
accuse her or something.
Ashley doesn't even know anything.
Cassandra went on to explain that Taylor had given Ashley a cashier's check for $34,000. Taylor had done this after finding out that Ashley had a safety deposit box. So Taylor was just having Ashley place the check into the deposit box for safekeeping. At this point, officers still hadn't made the transition from handling this as a missing persons case to treating it as if it is now a homicide investigation. However, this new information regarding a large amount of money caused them to believe that something more sinister could be going on. So, their first move was to obtain a warrant and search through Ashley MacArthur's bank account transaction records. They contact her bank, Wells Fargo, and quickly find out that Ashley did not even have a safety deposit box, and that she had recently deposited a check for $34,000. After reviewing the records, they found out that Ashley actually transferred all of that money into several different accounts in her name, leaving her primary account at Wells Fargo with a balance of $0 less than 24 hours after that money was made available to her. Investigators were also able to get their hands on the exact check that Ashley deposited. That check had Taylor Wright's signature on it. However, when comparing that signature to any of Taylor's other signed documents, it appeared as if it was forged. After making these discoveries, investigators felt that they were likely on the right track to uncovering what exactly happened to Taylor. So, they then obtained a warrant to request Ashley MacArthur's cell phone usage.
She thought she had a friend, and she went and gave the friend a $34,000 check to hold on to. Evidently, she didn't have a friend.
And location history from her service provider. While reviewing this data, they found that on the evening that Taylor went missing, Ashley's cell phone was pinging off of towers that correspond with a large farm property that belongs to her family, in cantonment 30 miles away from where the two stated that they would be stopping in Milton. Investigators then quickly obtain a warrant to search this property, hoping to find any physical evidence linking Ashley to Taylor's disappearance. Throughout all of this, officers had only spoken to Ashley on one occasion. Ashley was calm, cool, and collected, and even somewhat giddy or flirtatious. On said occasion, officers chose not to disclose any of their initial discoveries to Ashley and allowed her to tell her story.
Do you know who harmed Taylor?
No, I don't. I don't believe Taylor's been harmed. I think Taylor's doing what Taylor does. I mean, this is a pain in the ass for me,
Sure,
you know?
sure. All of
Yes.
it.
Such an inconvenience.
It's because, like, now,
She's
I'm
complaining
talking
about
her
her.
stuff in my office.
They then took note of her sequence of events and let her go. However, after obtaining the search warrant to search the farm property, investigators asked Ashley to attend the police department again for a second interview. This time, they arranged to have a search team search the farm property while they questioned Ashley, leaving Ashley completely unaware that this is taking place.
Before we ask
Probably
you
should
any
have done that
questions,
the first time.
you have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can be used against you in court. You understand that?
Probably should have done that the first time that y'all searched the place.
Anything you say can be used against you in court.
Or
You
not.
understand that? We found some bank records that drew some questions. Can you tell me anything about you and Taylor and any sort of involvement with any businesses?
What happened to this money after you left?
A lot of it.
It says poor audio, subtitles from transcript. What happened to this money after you deposited
What
it?
happened to this money after you left?
A lot of it I used because it was payment for it.
A lot of it I used because it was payment for the money I had been giving her.
When we started plotting all the phone calls that you and Taylor were making that day, there were some discrepancies in what you had told us. Where is Taylor at? You need to tell us where she's at.
I don't know where Taylor is. I don't have a clue.
Do you have any ideas, anyone that we can go talk to?
I actually deposited all of the checks for her.
Where is she at?
I don't know where she
Where's
is.
her body at?
I don't know where she is.
She's dead, though.
I
You know
don't
that.
believe that.
So you're the only one that was with her on this day at this farm that you did not.
Search warrant out there right now.
It says Taylor's name, but it doesn't really look like her signature.
Would you have maybe wrote her name on there by chance?
Not that I
Is that
remember.
clearly Taylor's signature? Give me a second. Don't cross your legs and look at me for a second. Don't let us tell your story. Because this is gonna tell us.
He super put the pressure on her. Grabbed her chair, pulled her aside, got up close.
What happened. Don't let us tell something that may not be true.
I think at this point I need an attorney because it seems to be that y'all think that I did something to her.
That's it. Conversation over.
I respect that. Sit tight and go from there, okay?
After about 4.5 hours
That's
of
it.
interrogation, Ashley MacArthur was still free to leave, as the search of the farm property had yet to uncover any damning evidence. However, it was not long before it did. While looking through the woods surrounding the farm property, a member of the search team discovered a pile of fresh-looking potting soil and concrete, covered by branches in a random location. They then moved the branches and pushed the dirt around, and uncovered what appeared to be a human skull. After digging further, they found the rest of the skeletal remains of a young woman. The remains were already very decomposed, making it nearly impossible to identify if this is or isn't Taylor. However, the officers did locate what appeared to be a necklace alongside the remains. This necklace was quickly recognized by one of the investigators as a necklace he had seen Taylor wearing in a photo of her that he had previously viewed. Ashley MacArthur was then arrested and charged with the first-degree premeditated murder of Taylor Wright. And
imagine if they had another body right next to her, down the block.
About 2 years later, on August 26th, 2019, Ashley's trial began. Ashley pled not guilty.
So this case involves a lot of different pieces of information and a lot of different witnesses. So what I'm about to do for you in my opening statement, hopefully, is give you a very general outline of what this case is about. And then as you hear each witness testify, and as you see each exhibit and each piece of evidence, it's going to fill in the details of the outline for you. And when it all comes together, what you will see at the end is that Taylor Wright was murdered by this defendant, Ashley MacArthur. And really what you will see in the end is that...
Bro, don't tell me she beats this case, bro. That'd be disgusting.
That Ashley MacArthur had the motive to kill Taylor Wright, money. She had the opportunity to kill Taylor Wright. She did in fact kill Taylor Wright, and then she tried to cover it up. But to get to that ending, we have to start at the beginning. In mid-2017, Taylor Wright, the deceased in this case, was entangled in some court proceedings and some financial issues with her ex-husband, Jeff Wright. And while that was all going on, Taylor Wright withdrew $100,000 from the bank when she wasn't supposed to. And then she was trying to hide that money from her ex-husband. Taylor was transferring money to other accounts, she was withdrawing cash, she was taking out cashier's checks, and she also asked her friend, this defendant, Ashley MacArthur, to help hide the money.
Money, money, money.
Now, Ashley MacArthur at the time was running a business that her parents opened some time ago called Pensacola Automatic Amusement. They supplied pool tables, jukeboxes, video games to local bars and businesses. One of those businesses that Ashley worked with was Sticks Billiards or Sticks Pool Hall. And you will hear that Ashley MacArthur was romantically involved with the owner of that bar. And the only reason that matters for your purposes is because she was trying to help his business financially. And she was also spending a lot of money on him personally. So at the time when Taylor Wright is trying to hide this money from her ex-husband, Ashley MacArthur had a number of bank accounts, personal and business, And on August 10th of 2017, Ashley MacArthur added Taylor Wright to one of those accounts. A few weeks after that, in early September of 2017, Taylor Wright had a court date that was coming up with her ex-husband. And Taylor told this defendant, Ashley MacArthur, repeatedly that she needed to get to the bank. She needed to get to the bank, she needed to get her money out, and she needed to put it in an escrow account with this mess with her ex-husband, or she was going to be in trouble with the court. You will see those text messages, and the reason they're important is because you will see the pressure that Taylor Wright was putting on Ashley MacArthur to get this money. And the reason that matters is because the money was gone. Ashley MacArthur had spent it.
There is no question that what happened to Taylor Wright is a tragedy. No one in this courtroom is going to dispute that. On October 19, 2017, Taylor Wright's body was found in a shallow grave off a fence line on the Britt family farm with a gunshot wound to the back of her head. Now, during this trial, there will be no evidence introduced showing you exactly when and where Taylor Wright was killed. What the evidence is going to show you is that sometime around September 8th, 2017, that was a Friday, into September 9th, 2017, that Taylor Wright stopped communicating with people she knew. But you're going to learn from the evidence that that was not exactly surprising for Taylor Wright, given everything that she had going on in her life at that time.
The defense went on to attempt to place doubt in the jurors' minds that Ashley had any involvement in Taylor's death at all. They did this by outlining several issues that Taylor was dealing with in her personal life, including a nasty divorce and a lingering financial problem between Taylor and her ex. They would also attempt to paint Taylor's girlfriend Cassandra as a volatile and aggressive person that they believe should have been investigated further. The evidence in this case was quite overwhelming, and so the defense's attempt to create reasonable doubt within the jury fell flat. Ashley's trial only lasted 4 days, including jury deliberation. And on August 30th,
they had it figured out when she walked through the door.
Just after 2 p.m., Ashley MacArthur received her sentence.
Let's bring the jury in. Do you have a pen or
The jury was like, quick action, get her out of here.
All right, and for the everybody may have a seat, and for the record, defendant is present with counsel, assistant state attorney is present. Are you Mr.? No. Who's my foreperson? Who's got the? Mr. Okay, thank you, sir. Mr. Were y'all able to reach a verdict? Okay, all I want you to do is to hand it to court security, okay? Thank you.
And the verdict is
I'm going to hand it to the clerk to publish.
Yes. In the Circuit Court in Forest, Gambia County, Florida, State of Florida versus Ashley Britt MacArthur, case number 1717CF005844A. Verdict as to the charge in count 1, we the jury find the defendant Ashley MacArthur guilty of first-degree premeditated murder with a firearm as charged in the indictment. So say we all, or person dated August 30th, 2019. Is this your individual verdict as well as the verdict of the jury as a whole?
Dunzo.
Is this your verdict?
Yes, it is.
Is this your verdict?
Yes, it is.
Is this your verdict? Is this your verdict?
With a friend like you,
Is this your verdict? Yes, it is. Is this your verdict?
who needs enemies now? Take a good look that Taylor was doing some underhanded shit, and some underhanded shit got done to her while she was doing it.
Ashley MacArthur was sentenced to life in prison.
Get it how you live, Ashley. Life. Done deal for you. Done deal. She confided in her friend trying to hide a piece of this money that she jacked. And it all went bad. She done spent all the bread and buried Shorty in the backyard. Bananas.
This is.
One of these teens was allegedly. One of these teens.
Hold on. What happened here?
This is Joshua Young.
All right. When the criminal is smarter than the detective.
This is Joshua Young, and he was brought in by police for questioning in one of the most bizarre crime cases I've ever seen.
So when you're done telling me, talking to me, then you'll be going back to wherever you need to go, okay? So I appreciate that. Now, I know it's a little warm in here, so I apologize for that. It's just kind of an older building. There was a couple things I wanted to kind of talk to you about. And I guess it's a little bit of it was, that, remember when I talked to you the other time, I think it was like,
in your car?
2 weeks ago, Thursday or something like that?
Yeah.
Or last week?
I remember.
I'm so old, I can't remember stuff. And I'd ask you about what you told Detective Maroney at the school that day. And then you were kind of telling me something a little bit different about where you spent the night at and who you were with and all that.
Joshua's father, Josh Gauker, would be in and out of prison during the early years of his life. His mother, Angelina Young, did her best to raise Joshua alone, but she would pass away on Easter Sunday in 2010, and Joshua would be put into foster care. Josh Gauker would eventually be released from prison, and he would regain custody of his 15-year-old son.
So you understand my concern with the story there, right?
Yes, sir.
I mean, I would think that your first story that you told Detective Maroney at the school is probably the true version of the events. Because Cassie says she doesn't remember if you stayed there or not that night. So I appreciate that.
In one of the most bizarre crime cases I've ever seen.
So when you're done telling me, talking to me, then you'll be going back to wherever you need to go, okay?
Son, Joshua.
I went to Cassie's. I planned on.
All right, so they didn't tell us nothing. I didn't miss nothing.
So we kind of need to get the Maroney at the school for the story there, right?
Yes, sir.
I mean, I would think that your first story that you told Detective Maroney at the school is probably the true version of the events. Because Cassie says she doesn't remember if you stayed there or not that night. So we kind of need to get the truth. And there's a lot of other things I want to talk to you about. So let's kind of work through this part at first. Tell me the truth about that night.
We were on the back porch. It was me, him, Dad and Amanda stayed on that porch the whole night, evidently, because we were on the back porch and he told me he was going to take a shower and calm down for the night. So I went to Cassie's. I planned on, I didn't know if I was going to sleep down there or sleep down at Amanda's, but I got comfortable down at Cassie's. Ended up watching a movie and falling asleep down there.
To avoid confusion going forward, we will call the father Josh and his son Joshua. Right. Josh Gauker had an on and off girlfriend named Amanda Zwicker. The couple loved to get high and have wild sex with each other. Then they would become toxic, separate, and then repeat the cycle again. Just like Josh, Amanda also had a son, and his name was Trey, and he was around the same age as Joshua Young.
So why would you?
I guess the first day, it was a bad day.
Yeah, and I understand that. I can understand it, but let me tell you this. I had a family member murdered before, and when I told the police back when I was like 11, I told them the truth the first time. I didn't have to tell them something that I know I was upset and I was scared and I was angry and I was all those things that everybody went through. But I still told the police when they asked me a question, I would tell them what happened. They didn't have to come back to me.
You think that's a true story? You think that cop had a family member murdered and he had to speak to the possible? Could be bullshit too.
A week later or 2 weeks later, one of those things that everybody went through. But I still told the police when they asked me a question, I would tell them what happened. They didn't have to come back to me a week later or 2 weeks later or a month later, because what I told them was the truth. So when you start telling a couple different stories, it makes me wonder about your credibility or your truthfulness. And at this point, I believe the story you told her at the school that day is the true story. Because even Amanda said you were there.
That night?
That night when he was taking a shower?
No, I wasn't. You can ask my dad.
I mean, but the stories aren't even, well, your stories aren't even close. To, I wasn't there. I was down at Cassie's watching TV, getting comfortable. To, I was there. I saw him take a shower. We were going to go to bed. I saw him put his clothes back on, including his shoes.
But I got that story because my dad and Amanda told me that night he walked out the back door fully dressed head to toe and then walked back in and shut the door.
And of course, I think that's easy to say now. But she clarified with you a couple of different times.
So they haven't given us anything on this story in a coherent type of timeline. But basically, what I'm imagining or what I'm seeing is the father, the girlfriend, and Joshua was hanging out together. The father said he was going to bounce, took a shower, bounced. He was going to see if he was going to stay with the girlfriend, but he didn't stay with the girlfriend. He says he went to the other girlfriend, so evidently something happened to Amanda. But he's saying now that Amanda and his father told him a story that night. I'm mad confused. They didn't really give us much context. Hopefully they'll clean it up.
Of course, I think that's easy to say now. But she clarified with you a couple of different times. So you saw him put his clothes back on? Yes. What kind of shoes did he put on? Some kind of black shoes. It's not like my dad told me, or it's not like Amanda told me.
I mean, that's the only kind of shoes he had, so that had to be the shoes he put back on.
Okay, but you see what I'm saying? That your story doesn't make any sense. And I don't want you to get jammed up in this murder case at all.
Amanda would become pregnant with Josh's baby, and they would celebrate this happy occasion.
Wait, what?
Amanda would
become. Wait.
And I don't want you to get jammed up in this murder case at all.
Okay.
Amanda would become.
They probably got me with the Josh and Joshua, so I'm thinking Amanda was Josh, the father's girlfriend, not Joshua, the son's girlfriend.
Become pregnant with Josh's baby, and they would celebrate this happy occasion.
At all.
Amanda would become pregnant with Josh's baby, and they would celebrate this happy occasion. However, one night while Josh was out having sex with his cousin, he would accidentally call Amanda, and she would overhear Josh cheating on her through the phone. Amanda decided she wanted nothing to do with Josh or the baby they created together.
All right. That was a handful. He cheated on her with his cousin. She caught him.
So without telling Josh, she would have an abortion.
Oh.
So that's kind of where we need to work through right now before we go into some other things.
Foul shit.
I think you were in the house that night.
I was not.
I think you saw him take a shower. I think you saw him put his clothes back on, and I think him and your dad went back down to where this happened at.
No, sir.
And let me just show you my phone here real quick. See on my phone? A lot of people have these nowadays. It's got a voice recorder on it. And we can record, and I can talk and say, Chop, hello, how are you doing, Josh Young? And I can stop it. And I can save it. And then I can play it. I can talk, say, Chop, hello, how are you doing, Josh Young?
Why? What is this whole...
See how that works? And you would never know if that was on the... You'd never know if this was sitting right here with you. That I was recording our conversation. You would have no idea. So you have talked to a few people that were smart enough to do something similar to this, either with their phone or with a little digital recorder or something like that. And I know you've talked to a few people. I don't mean police-wise, I mean friends. Some of your friends you've talked to. And you've told your friends a few things, a little more in detail about maybe what happened to Trey.
Amanda, Josh, Trey, and Joshua would all continue living under the same roof. Joshua and Trey had two very different personalities, and this would lead to a very dysfunctional relationship between the two stepbrothers. Joshua would get into trouble constantly, while Trey was a freshman honor roll student at the local high school he attended. Amanda and Josh would continue to use drugs and live their chaotic lifestyle until May of 2011, when Trey Zwicker would be found dead near Liberty High School, which was not far from his home.
All right, there it is. We finally got it. So it was
text message from
Amanda's
near
son
Liberty High School, which was not far from his home, when Trey Zwicker would be found dead near Liberty High School, which was not far from his home.
Text message from some of your friends that they were sending to their other friends, telling them what you had told them. Okay, but just because they don't come around after the murder, I mean, there's still people you knew or acquaintances with, or?
I was pretty cool with everybody on the street. Everybody was always down there, Cassie's, Amanda's.
Why would some of your friends, male or female, come to me and say that you and your dad were talking about how you all would kill people before Trey was murdered, and that Trey was murdered in a similar fashion how you described how you and your dad would do it?
Running around, running his mouth for clout to his friends. Damn
I have
himself.
no idea.
So why would they lie about that?
Grudges? I don't know. I get along with everybody.
So if I had a grudge with...
So nobody would really have a reason to lie.
Like to say that CPS worker Bridget. Say I had a grudge with her.
Bridget.
Yeah, it's just one, you know. So if I had a grudge with her for any reason, some kind of work issue, do you think I would go around saying...
I mean, that'd
Bridget told
be
me,
a horrible thing. I know
Bridget told me that her and her mom were going to talk about how they were going to kill somebody.
I know what you're
And then, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's a horrible thing. Maybe for credit.
It'd be
maybe
something different on a grudge. You could be like, you know.
Maybe to be noticed. I don't know.
Were you talking about stuff like that maybe to be noticed?
When I feel like the
Never
man.
once talked about killing anybody. And I never heard my dad talking about killing anybody. And my dad liked Trey, and so did I.
After Trey's body was discovered, Josh and Joshua would both disappear. The police
We got the ICP, Hatchet Man.
began a search for the missing father and son. They received a phone call from a woman who told them that she had been held at gunpoint and forced to drive the father and son to Alabama. Thanks to this, she had been held. Father and son and Joshua would both disappear. After Trey's body was discovered, Josh and Joshua would both disappear. The police began a search for the missing father and son. They received a phone call from a woman who told them that she had been held at gunpoint and forced to drive the father and son to Alabama. Thanks to this new information, they were able to find the fleeing suspects and bring them in for questioning.
Okay, let's talk about the ride down. Why did y'all go to Alabama? What was the reason to pick Alabama?
We were just passing through Alabama.
What made you all even leave?
We was on the run.
The girl that was with you, who's she?
Just a friend.
Had you met her before?
Huh?
Had you met her before?
Yeah, no.
I mean, because obviously your dad is on parole, so he's not allowed to even leave this county. And I know a few weeks ago y'all went to Michigan. And then y'all went to Alabama. So what was the conversation in the car? Going down to Alabama, y'all driving in the car, what's the conversation y'all had?
Can't even remember.
And I'm specifically talking about just instant Trey.
I don't even know if we talked to Trey about Trey on the way to Alabama.
You all talked about it because she did the same thing. She knew that your dad might be a little. She's not sure if she could trust him all the way, so she recorded some of y'all's conversations.
I don't believe that because we didn't talk about Trey on the way to Alabama.
So why would I hear on the recording that you all were talking about, you specifically talking about, you were kicking Trey in the head?
I don't know. That didn't happen. I never have said that in my life.
Now, this video's titled "When the Criminal's Smarter Than the Detective." So far,
okay, so your friends that say,
I don't know.
You are talking about killing people a couple weeks before the murder, and Trey dies similarly, and this girl driving to Alabama, she's lying, so everybody's just lying.
That's not true at all.
So they're all just liars?
I don't know what they are. They aren't telling the truth, so it must make them liars.
So have you had a chance to think about, obviously, I mean, your life was pretty good while your dad was in prison, you got to admit. You had a much better situation.
I mean, I love my dad more than anybody in this world, and I'd rather be with him than anybody in this world. So my life was much better with my dad.
So your life was better getting arrested in Alabama?
Being with my dad, it's all worth it.
Outlaws.
Really? So you would rather not be in a secure home, having a secure school,
I'm with my dad,
having a decent family, having Trey as your friend, now he gets out of jail, or he gets out of prison, and Amanda quits her job, he goes to jail, Trey gets murdered. I mean, all that stuff's better? That's better to you?
Of course not. I said being with my dad is better than being anywhere else.
Josh Gauker was charged with kidnapping, but after they found out that he had a previous relationship with the victim, the case fell apart and he was released. However, his son was not so lucky. Prosecutors believe that Joshua Young was the one who killed Trey, and they were working on building a case against him to try him as an adult. As they investigated further, they realized that Josh Gauker could very well have played a part in the crime, so he was arrested and charged with crimes associated with the murder, but not the murder itself.
Okay, going back to the forensic stuff. Some people said that your dad, and I have phone records to verify it, said that your dad talked to somebody, and I'm not going to tell you who, at about 9:37 on that Tuesday night y'all had the cookout. And he said that he was with you, and your dad said that he was with Trey, and y'all were all smoking weed. I'm not worried about it if you are, because I ain't the police, I don't care about that. You have to tell you what the story is so you know what I'm talking about. And this was at 9:37. And the toxicology results for Trey after the autopsy was he had marijuana in his urine, but not in his blood, which means it was in the system just quickly enough to get in his urine before he was killed.
No, he smokes weed just as much as anybody else. If he has weed in his system, it's in his blood.
It's not in his blood. I'm telling you,
It's an everyday thing.
It's in his urine only. It did not show up in his blood.
Well, he was at his dad's previously before that on the ground.
So if your dad is saying he's with you and Trey smoking weed at 9:37,
he said that.
Okay, well he did at 9:37, and I plus have phone records to verify the person's story that told me this. And so at 9:37, he's saying he's with you and Trey smoking weed, and then Trey doesn't have enough weed in the system to get into his blood, which means he was murdered pretty fast after that phone call.
I was at Cassie's.
But you weren't at Cassie's.
I was.
No.
With John. John was on the couch. He was waking up, nodding back off.
You may have been there at some point, but you weren't there. You were there maybe after Josh took a shower, or Trey took a shower, and Trey got dressed, and Trey tried to leave, and Trey put the shoes back on. Because I know you saw all that.
Up to this point, all the evidence they have is circumstantial, and the witnesses are all hearsay, which means they claim that they did not actually see Joshua Young commit the crime. Instead, he just told them that he killed Trey. What the detective is doing is he's taking all of the evidence he has and is creating a scenario that he believes took place. He then tells Joshua that he has a voice recording while being as vague as possible about this recording. His goal is to get Joshua to believe that he does in fact have this evidence, and perhaps Joshua will think that he has been caught and will confess to the crime.
I mean, but you see how all the information I'm getting from a lot of different people, from phone records, from autopsy reports.
I can tell you, I've never once talked about killing anybody, kicking Trey in the head. Me, Trey, and my dad were not smoking weed at 9:37. That's all false.
He told him all his own lies.
I mean, you see why I would have to come back and talk to you about that. Because
I would
everybody's
talk
coming
to
to me.
somebody about that. If I had your job, I'd be doing the same thing. And I understand why you're doing it, but I had nothing to do with it. And I'm pretty sure my dad doesn't either. My dad was with Amanda. She stated that the whole night. Why would she try to change it? Is she trying to change that now?
Well, I'm not going to tell you who's changing what or who's talking about what. That's part of the investigation.
There we go. Now we're getting it. Shorty's fighting back.
So have you had time to think about what might have happened down there that night?
I mean, it's just blank in my head. Everybody's thought about it. I don't know what could have possibly happened.
My feeling is you know more than what you're telling me.
That's not true.
Joshua continues to call the detective's bluffs and does a great job denying the accusations. The detective becomes very frustrated because of this and begins to get very angry.
Of course he's frustrated.
I mean, you want to find the person responsible for this, right?
Well, of course. What kind of question is that? Yeah, I do. As
Well,
much
that's
as
the question I'm
anybody-
asking. That's the
As
kind of
much
question.
of anybody else. Yes.
So your honesty is important in this investigation.
I understand that, and I've told you I have nothing to do with it. Neither does my dad. That's why are you harassing us and the close family instead of really trying to figure out? I've heard
So
people
you
say
know,
that.
so you know what I've done in my investigation.
I mean, you've been harassing my dad. So is everybody else.
How have I harassed your dad? Your dad calls me like 20 times a day.
I mean,
So, wait. You're going to sit there with your head cocked sideways with your red that your dad likes to wear and all that stuff.
That detective is frustrated, boy. He's like, I can't believe this little punk is talking crazy.
Your dad calls me like 20 times a day.
I mean,
So, oh, wait. You're going to sit there with your hat cocked sideways, with your red that your dad likes to wear and all that stuff, and your red shorts hanging down, your underwear sticking out.
We've gotten to
And
the
then you're gonna tell
personal
me
attack
things
stage of his outrage. It's like a bitch.
that you have no idea about. And your red shorts hanging down, your underwear sticking out, and then you're with your red that your dad likes to wear and all that.
These resulted to personal
Your dad calls me like 20 times a day.
I mean,
So, oh, wait. You're going to sit there with your hat cocked sideways, with your red that your dad likes to wear and all that stuff, and your red shorts hanging down, your underwear sticking out. But then you're going to tell me things that you have no idea about.
I just don't.
I have not harassed your dad.
I feel
Your
like
dad
it's,
called me 10 times a day. Your dad's called me twice since he's been locked up in Alabama. He's called me twice, so I'm harassing your dad? So you're just you can sit there and say stuff that you don't know what you're talking about.
well, I feel
Who
like
else have I
it's-
interviewed in this case?
I have no idea.
So then you don't know who else I've
Me and my
interviewed in this
dad.
case. You don't know who I've interviewed in this case.
I'm talking about me and my father.
Right, but you said I need to be doing stuff to find out who really did it. But you don't know what I
Instead of
did.
interviewing
So to
me,
sit there and just run your
Dad,
mouth is pretty inappropriate.
This cop's just wasting time now.
You should be swearing.
but I didn't mean it that way. I just meant.
Well, how do you mean it when I
He's gonna
say
tell
I
you're
think it's an
harassing me?
inconvenience that you're interviewing me right now and I don't know anything.
Okay, but you just said 10 minutes ago that if you had my job, you would ask me the same question.
Yeah, but not keep on going and saying that you think I know more than I'm saying, which I don't. I think that's harassment. That's calling me a liar.
Well, I hope you're telling me the truth, because obviously some of the things I know you're not telling me the truth on. For things I've heard with my own ears on the recordings and things I've heard you say with your own words.
Okay.
I know it's not the truth. And that's why I'm giving you this last opportunity to tell me
The last
the
one
truth.
again?
I've told you the truth. And I would like to go now. I'm starting to feel uncomfortable with this whole thing.
Your father was already popped for being in Alabama.
As both father and son awaited trial, Josh suddenly decided he wanted to save his son, and he confessed to everything.
If you're telling the truth, it shouldn't be too hard.
I'm a fucking, yeah, but goddamn, I've lied this whole fucking time, except for since arraignment. Since arraignment court, I've told you I've done it. I admitted everything I've done. I've been sentenced for it, life in prison. Yet here I am, going over this same fucking story.
So when Trey came downstairs, which is what you told the judge when you pled guilty, he asked you for a cigarette. Is that what you told him?
Yeah, he did.
And that he pulled your lighter out of his pocket.
Yeah.
And that made you mad.
I didn't say nothing. I didn't want to argue.
But it upset you.
Yeah.
A lighter.
And then you went into the kitchen to get the plate of food that Amanda had put up for you. Right?
Yep.
And that you found out that he had eaten it.
Yeah.
So you got mad.
Double bubble.
And you told the judge that you decided to scare him. Right?
Yep.
And you offered Trey a blunt. Right?
I didn't offer him shit. I just smoked with him. Asked him if he wanted to smoke.
You asked him if he wanted to smoke. Right? And then ultimately you went down to the spot. Right? What's the spot?
This is the spot we've all been smoking weed at since we was kids. Now they do it.
And then you all, when you got down to the spot, you all did share a blunt that Trey smoked with you.
Mm-hmm.
Is that a yes?
Yeah.
And that while you were down there smoking, Trey picked up a metal pipe.
Yeah, he was hitting the tree with it.
He was beating the tree with it, is what you told the judge, right?
I don't know what I told him. It seemed like I didn't talk to him that long, but yeah, what you're saying is right, yeah.
Okay. And then you told Trey, next time you steal from me, I'm going to treat you like a man.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
And then Trey said something about, well, then you'll have a problem with his dad. With
No,
Terry.
he said, then you and my dad will have a problem, yeah.
And you said you hit him and he went down. And when he went down, the metal bar was still in his hand. So you punched him to knock him down?
Yeah.
Is that how you knocked him down? Okay. And then the bar was still in his hand, but you stepped on his hand and took the bar out.
Yeah.
And then you hit him, and before you knew it, it was over.
Josh claims that he wanted to get back at Amanda for having an abortion. He described how he did it and what weapon he used. He would be convicted of the crime.
They're everywhere. Piece of shit people everywhere.
And receive life in prison. His son Joshua would be charged with conspiracy to commit murder, and he would take it to trial.
Verdict form number 1, murder. We, the jury, find the defendant Joshua Young not guilty under instruction number 1.
Gambled
Verdict
on
form
himself,
number
he
2,
won.
tampering with physical evidence. We, the jury, find the defendant Joshua Young not guilty under instruction number 2.
Joshua Young would be released and he would be sent back to foster care, but would soon run away. Not long after this, he would be charged with 2 different assault charges and be arrested and put back into jail. Then, in an unforeseen twist, Josh Gauker would claim that he did not commit the murder and that it was actually his son. He claims he pleaded guilty to protect his son from a life in prison.
My attorney, Mark Hall, knew what I was doing, knew that I was going to come in here and lie and take the blame for my son, and not only allowed me to do it, but coached me along the way. Even in here, which we're about to watch, I guess.
So that means that boy fooled his father, fooled everybody, fooled the jury, fooled everybody.
He told me before we walked in here to keep my answers short. I committed murder several times.
You know, it's kind of interesting that I asked you the question during the plea hearing that was it your plan to, at a later date, try and set aside your guilty plea? Remember that?
Yes, sir. And that wasn't a lie. I mean, I've admitted I've lied throughout the whole thing, but I thought, even though at that moment Josh was still charged with this, that as soon as that went everywhere, that I said I did it, you accepted my guilty plea, I thought they would dismiss it. And then I would...
That was all part of your master plan.
Well, I mean, I had to do whatever I could, man, to save my son. He was 15 years old, facing life in prison.
The court would deny Josh Gauker his change of plea. Years would go by, and Joshua Young would continue to get into trouble. He was charged with multiple felonies, including assault and gun possession, and would be arrested and sent to prison.
Think of the irony, man. Dude salty at old girl for having a revenge abortion on him, and he bring a shorty into the world and just have him follow his footsteps and be him and shit. Look at him. He just his daddy. That's all he is.
While Joshua was in prison, he would write a letter confessing to the crime. He claimed that he killed Trey and he did it all by himself without the help of his father. On the night of the crime, he invited Trey.
Good, because the lighter and the food, that shit was not impossible, but ridiculous.
Trey to smoke marijuana with him behind the school. While they were there, Joshua claims that he took Trey's life with a baseball bat.
For one, I just didn't like him. He had a big mouth with no actions to back it up. But for two, he told on me one night when we got pulled over by the police. Coming home from a house party. And I had some weed on me. He told on me about that, something petty.
The Fifth Amendment of the U.S. Constitution states that a person cannot be charged twice for the same crime. This means that even though they had written confession from him, they could not charge Joshua again with the crime. He would be released from prison after serving out his sentence. He would remain on federal supervisory release.
Now, just for example, if there was some sort of, and there's no reason here because it's just him and his father, these two mastermind criminals, but if there was a reason for them to come up on a RICO conspiracy case, in that case, they'd serve him up double jeopardy and they'd charge him for the same crime if it was connected to the RICO, which is kind of crazy.
Which is after serving out. They could not charge Joshua again with the crime. He would be released from prison after serving out his sentence. He would remain on federal supervisory release.
And again, I ain't no fucking lawyer, so if I'm wrong about that, then, it'll be all right.
Which is a short serving out his sentence.
But
Joshua again with the crime.
He
would be released from prison after serving out his sentence. He would remain on federal supervisory release, which is a short period of supervision after a prisoner has been released.
I'm at a loss for words. I don't understand what this guy's problem is.
So I said, did you kill Trey? He said, no, I did not. That you did. That you killed Trey.
You said you killed Trey?
Not the truth, which leads me to think what's next with him. I've been waiting for the chance to actually explain this. My dad and Amanda, as they were having sex on the back porch that night, Trey had tried to sneak out of the back door. He tried to sneak out of the house after he'd already took the shower. And during that day, I've heard Amanda and Dad explain time and time after again the last time they seen him and what he was wearing. And, it was just a hard day for me. And If that's what makes me look guilty, I'm sorry, because I'm not guilty.
In 2021, Joshua would violate his federal supervisory release and would be arrested again. His father, Josh Gauker, remains in prison as he serves out his sentence. In the end, we are left wondering who committed the murder, or was it both father and son? Does Joshua continue to commit these crimes because he feels guilty about his father getting convicted of the murder? Both Josh Gauker and Joshua Young had reasons to commit this crime. Joshua did not get along with Trey. Trey was an honor roll student while Joshua continued to get into trouble. Josh Gauker had reasons to get back at Amanda for taking away his unborn child, so he could have very well committed this crime. The final possibility is, of course, they both did it together. Perhaps Joshua wanted to make his ex-con father proud, so he took Trey's life. We may never know exactly what happened that night, and for now, both father and son remain behind bars.
Josh Young was picked up by U.S. Marshals yesterday for violating his federal supervisory release. Young was acquitted of beating his stepbrother, Trey Zwicker, to death in 2011 after Young's father admitted to the killing. But in 2019, Young sent a letter to media claiming he was the one who beat Zwicker with a baseball bat. Young cannot be retried for the murder because of double jeopardy, but he's had numerous run-ins with the law since his acquittal.
That boy's daddy brought him in this world to be a carbon copy of his bum ass. And then they sit here lying for each other in courtrooms and shit. That kid didn't know what he was in for. Sitting there with a couple of wolves. His mama's dumb ass. Crazy. Crazy shit. All right, we ain't letting them off the hook today. 5 dirty cops getting brutal karma in courtrooms.
From kicking suspects to
Perez striking Crudup and slamming him to the ground.
to beating patients.
Get down. Get down. Get down.
These 5 officers once swore to uphold the law, but the only thing they'll be holding is orange jumpsuits. Disclaimer. Number 1, Giovanni Crespo. Crespo faces 6 charges, including aggravated manslaughter and official misconduct. On the night of January 28, 2019, Gregory Griffin was pulled over for speeding. The officer reportedly told him to turn off the engine during the stop, but he didn't comply.
Sir, turn off the vehicle. Turn off the vehicle, sir. Turn it off.
Ain't trying to hear it.
Turn off the car and roll down the window. Open the door.
Then she noticed a gun near the driver and immediately ordered him to put his hands up.
Let me see your hands! Hands! Hands on the wheel! Let me see your hands! Let me see your hands!
Instead, Griffin put his foot on the pedal and hightailed it out of there.
Be advised, the vehicle took off. Thomason, Pennsylvania. 2017, Chrysler 300, color black.
The officer radioed for backup as she followed after him. One of the officers who joined the frenzied high-speed chase was Giovanni Crespo and his partner. When the patrol car pulled close side by side with the fleeing car, Crespo jumped out of the car, brought out his gun, and fired.
Shots fired! Shots fired!
What's that fire? You fired him.
Not at the car's tires, but directly into the car at the men. He missed, but not for long. He hopped back into the car and they continued the chase.
Shots fired on that vehicle! Shots fired!
He
repeatedly
that to him right in the academy, the whole shots fired thing. He's just making it up as he goes along.
Urged his partner to drive faster.
Oh, come on!
At one point, his partner even told him to relax.
No, get in! Relax, bro!
It must have been the opposite day because Crespo pulled that stunt again.
I'd be running too. I
The third time the car came to a stop,
now I'm not stopping. Okay, I was wrong. I pulled off. Cool. If you could have T-boned me or pit maneuvered me and get me out, all right, I'll go, right? But if I had any incentive to stop, that's out the window, because every time you get close to me, you're trying to blow my brains out.
Pumped up Crespo raced to the car.
Stop!
He barely ordered them to stop the car before he shot through the passenger side.
Stop the car! Get down! Get out the car!
Hitting both men in the head, killing Griffin, and severely injuring his passenger, Andrew Dixon.
You kill everybody and then you drag them out the car. Get out the car. Get out. Come on. Let me cuff you. How, bro? You smoke.
Get out the car.
Hitting both men in the head, killing Griffin, and severely injuring his passenger, Andrew Dixon.
It should be under his leg.
Does anybody fires a weapon here?
No, no.
Later, as more officers arrived,
Under his leg. It should be under his leg.
Does anybody fires a weapon here?
No, no.
Later, as more officers arrived, Crespo kept telling everyone what he'd just done over and over and over.
I shot him in the head. Back up, back up, back up, back up. Get the gun. I shot both of them. Yeah, I shot both.
Yeah.
You good? Yeah. I shot both of them here. Okay, right here.
That's a glory. That's like the girl the other day in the other video that was like, I had to go 90 to catch up to her at 92. I had to go 90. I had to go 90. She kept repeating it, Turned out to be bullshit. It's all clout shit. This dude thinks he a gangster.
Reviewing the...
Back up, back up. Get the gun. I shot both of them.
Got him, bro.
I shot both.
Yeah.
You good? Yeah. I shot both of them here. Okay, right here.
After reviewing the footage, the department determined that Crespo had used excessive force. He was immediately suspended from the department and arrested. During the trial, Crespo's defense attorney argued that Crespo was a superhero.
This law enforcement officer saved
lawyers crying. That shit is hilarious.
lives that night. End of story.
But the prosecution saw the evidence differently, mainly because Crespo's story had changed.
This defendant shot Gregory Griffin through the back of the head, severing his brainstem and killing him, and shooting his friend Andrew Dixon in the face, causing serious bodily injury.
After 6 days of deliberation, the jury came back with a verdict. Crespo was found guilty on all counts. Several of Crespo's family members broke into tears. Crespo was found...
Official misconduct, aggravated manslaughter. Why ain't it murder, though?
Guilty on all counts. Several of Crespo's family members broke into tears. Their sobs and screams filled the courtroom. One woman began screaming in Spanish as she rushed out of the courtroom. He's facing up to 30 years for his stupid actions in January. Speaking of stupid actions, you won't believe what this officer did to a patient just because he called him bro. But before that, number 2, Jordi Yanes Martel. Take a good look at this face, because this is the last person you want to see in your nightmares. Jordi Martel faces 4 battery charges and 1 trespassing charge. In January 2020, Martel, an officer with the Miami Gardens Police Department, filed an arrest report alleging that while he was working off-duty security at Tootsie's Cabaret, he had tased a drunk woman who refused to sit on the curb and was punching and kicking at officers. Then, months later, a video leaked, and authorities realized everything they knew about that arrest was a lie.
We are all here today to correct what we all see as an injustice that we are alleging is actually a crime.
It all started when 32-year-old Sofia Sacho was kicked out of Tootsie's Cabaret for throwing money at a waitress. She was trying to leave when Martel approached her. The club owner had told him to tell her to never return, but Martel had other ideas.
Is there a reason why you need my ID?
Yes, you're being trespassed from the location. Okay, need you to follow me to my car, please?
He told her she was trespassing and ordered her to step out of the car. When Satchel refused, he reached into the car, opened the door, and dragged her out and threw her on the ground.
Don't reach in my car. Is you crazy? You can't reach in my car.
What are you doing?
Like, no, what is he doing? I'm a, like, come on, don't be fucking punk. Like, what's wrong with you?
While kneeling on Satchel's neck, Martel got out his stun gun and hit her twice in the stomach.
Why is you kneeing on her neck, though? That's weird. Why is I kneeing on her neck, though?
And why didn't his partner do anything about this?
The video was a third strike against Martel, who was already on thin ice after being seen in another video using excessive force.
Again, play stupid games, win stupid prizes, but it ain't their place to block your airway and shit.
Barely 2 years after the Miami Gardens Police Department had hired him, Martel was fired and found himself facing charges of his own. The trial began with the prosecution painting a graphic picture of Martel's actions that night.
The defendant, that man at that table, while holding one of her arms with his hand, puts his knee on her neck while she's on her back, and her stomach is only covered by this thin piece of material, but his actions do not stop there.
Nope, he about to electrocute.
And pointing out the lies he used in covering up the arrest report.
And just misrepresented other facts that are also necessary.
The defense fired back that Martel's knee was not on her neck and tried to blame Satchel for not cooperating.
You do see that, but you are not going to see any clear indication that that neck or that knee is actually on the neck. In fact, you're going to hear contrary evidence to that.
In the end, Martel was found not guilty of the felony charges, but guilty of battery and trespassing. Before the sentence was handed down, Satchel finally faced the officer who'd attacked her.
From his knee choking the life out of me, fabricating reports, and lying on me, to being tased multiple times in the abdomen while being pregnant, I want him to suffer as much as he intended for me to suffer that night.
Martel also spoke in court, but the judge was not convinced.
So she was pregnant, so he was only supposed to trespass her. She got slick about the ID, I guess. And he want to pull her out the car and... So
I take full responsibility for my actions and for what happened that night. It did not only affect Ms. Satchel, it affected me as well.
Martel was sentenced to 30 days in jail, and he has to spend a minimum of 100 hours speaking at the police academy about what not to do when serving as a police officer. You might think that...
Whew. She said he electrocuted me while pregnant. I want him to suffer worse than I suffered. And they said 30 days. Officer.
A little drinking can make anyone, including an officer, lose it. But our next officer was right in a hospital, so what's his excuse? Number 3, John Romer. Hitting a patient because he called you bro might sound crazy, but crazy is John Romer's middle name. He was charged with official oppression and making a false report to a peace officer. On November 5th, 2016, 20-year-old Henry Newson was discharged from Texas Harris Methodist Hospital in Fort Worth, Texas. While in the lobby, he borrowed a cell phone to call his mother to pick him up. Suddenly, the guards accosted him, asking him why he was in the hospital.
Where's his home at? Okay. You know where at in Fort Worth?
Newman explained he was calling a parent to pick him up, but his answers didn't satisfy them, so they continued to hound him for answers.
So your son's coming to pick you up here? Alright, well, I'm asking you a question. Okay, well, I'm asking you a question.
If you see me on the phone, I just got off the phone.
He borrowed Buddy's phone to call his mama.
Okay, so do they know what hospital this is?
Yes, they do.
What?
My mom knows.
What hospital is this?
I told her.
What is it?
I don't have to repeat myself. It's freedom of
You never told me.
But my mom, I told her. With my freedom of speech, I told my mother where I was.
One of the guards was John Romer, a police officer working an off-duty security job at the hospital. He immediately ordered Newson to shut up and pushed him toward the exit.
Here you go.
Get off the phone. Let's go.
Here you go.
Come on. Let's go.
What do you mean?
I was just trying to be nice.
No, no.
Yeah.
See, but you sold out too. You was trying to be nice, and then when they come question him and they annoy him, now you flip on them. While this dummy kidnaps him, takes him 15 feet from where he wanted to be.
Newson protested, shouting, "Don't touch me, bro!" That 3-letter word switched a button in Romer's brain.
Bro,
Oh! Get down! Get down! Get down!
John Romer's a big bitch.
Hey, just get down.
He immediately punched Newson in the head.
Did you see how that man let him use the phone? And mind you, Shorty probably used it too long, dialed too many numbers. But did you see how he flipped on him? Man, I was just trying to be nice and
kicked him and placed him in a headlock and pulled him to the ground.
Oh yeah, I heard somebody recording this.
You're throwing up for no reason, bro.
Two other officers joined the fray, piling on Newsom, punching him and kicking him before cuffing him and wiping their bloodied hands on Newsom's shirt. It was after this assault that Romer told Newsom that he was arresting him for criminal trespass and resisting arrest, charges that shocked Newsom.
I'm fixing to put another charge on you.
I don't have any charges. Let him
You're under arrest for resisting.
I did not resist from you. You pussy in my face.
Hey,
boss.
again, resisting is a secondary thing. You gotta have a crime.
Hey, bro. I'm talking to this man, bro. Nah, dog. Nah, dog. Hey, let me call my father, dog.
We're gonna get you somewhere.
Nah, man. I didn't even do nothing. I'm talking to him.
Then they took him out in handcuffs as he continued to protest his innocence.
Nah, bro. Hey, yo.
Yeah, Richardson Tower, ground floor. I got one in custody.
No, man, we're not doing it. I'm gonna call my mother.
Even though he was already in cuffs, Romer continued to assault Newsom.
He repeatedly hit me in my without. You take my property.
Hey, sit down, just sit down, bro. Sit down.
Get back, bro.
Sit down.
What are you doing? What are you doing? Can you tell him to get back?
Just sit down.
Hey, son, I swear to God, this is gonna go viral, dog.
Sit down.
This is gonna go viral.
Newsom was taken to jail that night. When Romer appeared before a grand jury later that year, he swore that Newsom had attacked him first, so he retaliated. He thought he'd gotten away with it since he'd worked 16 years on the force and had gotten away with much worse. Let's rewind to February 2011. Romer shot a disabled father of 3, Sharrell Thomas, 12 times while the kids watched from the back seat. There was a public outcry, but Romer was given qualified immunity.
There it is. And there it is. Qualified immunity. A license to kill.
Tell the man, babies, I'm sorry. That's the least y'all can do. That's the least you can do is tell the man, kids, you sorry.
Even then, the police chief defended his actions.
It's easy to stand on the outside of police work and point a finger of either racism or something inappropriate from the police officer's perspective. We have the hardest job in the nation. And when we make decisions that have that level of seriousness, we will be criticized by many, many areas of our community.
But this time, Romer would not get away so easily. After a look into the arrest, the charges against Newsom were dismissed, and Romer found himself on the hot seat facing charges of his own. His defense tried to claim that Romer was right to punch Newsom because he was disrespectful, but the prosecution had...
Bruh, respect ain't in my mandate, it's in yours. You don't even have to respect me. You could be, you could feel like you don't like me, or you have no respect for me, but you can't just be punching me in my fucking face because you feel like it. You know?
The right evidence against him.
He lied about whether or not he had told Henry Newsom that he was under arrest. So we have it right there on the camera. You have the audio running. You'll have the video running.
The video recording of the incident. The jury also heard from the county prosecutor who threw out the case against Newsom.
The amount of force used against this young man was still inappropriate. A jury was not going to be receptive to that. I was like, I didn't like it when I first saw it. It took me one time to view that to not like it.
Romer was found guilty of all charges, and a judge sentenced him to 5 years behind bars. Mistaken identity is one thing, but what happens when an officer viciously attacks a suspect just because he got mad? We're talking about Officer Kevin Perez. He was charged with
Bro, there's a lot of Latinos on this list. What's wrong with y'all, man?
felony battery. It started like a joke. In the early hours of July 26, 2021, 26-year-old Dalonta Crudup was enjoying the last days of his vacation at Miami Beach. That day, he rode a rented scooter to see his friends. As he tried to park, he fell over. Some officers milling around laughed along with his friends at the spectacle. Then Crudup gave the officers the middle finger and zoomed off, running over one officer's foot. The other officers tried to get him to stop, but Crudup refused. A high-speed chase began. Once Crudup got to the hotel, he ran into an elevator, but a lieutenant rushed into the lobby and stopped him at gunpoint. Crudup dropped to the ground and was cuffed. More officers poured in and started to dish out their brand of jungle justice, kicking Crudup, hitting him, and slamming him to the ground. Crudup had to get 6 stitches after the vicious assault. Kevin Perez was one of the 5 Miami Beach officers charged in the incident. He had kicked Crudup's head at least 3 times. The trial began with the prosecution painting a picture of a man intimidated by the police.
This defendant punches him in the back of the head, and that's on his body on camera.
comes up to him and punches him right in the back of the head.
But the defense saw it very differently. They saw Crudup as a mischievous person who made trouble wherever he went.
Monte Crudup was the bad guy, and Kevin Perez, a police officer, is the good
Kevin
guy.
Perez. Punk ass Kevin Perez.
They caught a lucky break when they learned he'd been arrested in Washington, D.C. and Kentucky after this incident. After deliberating for 2 hours and asking to view the video clip over and over, the jury came back with a guilty verdict. Perez's disappointment was evident as he shook his head in shock. But this is not as bad as when one inmate lost an organ because he got severely beaten by a cop. This is Peter Delio and his knee organ as he shook his head. The jury came back with a guilty verdict. Perez's disappointment was evident as he shook his head in shock. But this is not as bad as when one inmate lost an organ because he got severely beaten by a cop. This is Peter Delio, and his knees are licensed to get severely beaten by a cop. This is Peter Delio, and his knees are licensed to kill. Delio was charged with felony battery with great bodily harm. On the night of August 12, 2014, Robert Lease was taken into a police holding cell over a $60 debt. Little did he know that by the end of the night, he'd be missing an organ as well. It all started at the Underground Bar in downtown Orlando, Florida. Robert had ordered 12 shots of Jack Daniels and couldn't clear his tab. He offered to wash dishes to cover the tab, but the manager refused. I mean, even a bull in a china store would do less damage than this drunk. The manager called the police. Peter Delio, an officer with the Orlando Police Department, arrived on the scene and handcuffed Lease, but he did not go peacefully. At the station, his manners didn't improve. While still in restraints, Lease headbutted the glass on a door, breaking it. An angry Delio barged into the cell and struck Lease in the stomach with his knee. Lease immediately crumpled. Delio placed him on the floor and left him there. Lease shouted for help 35 times, but the officers ignored him, talking and laughing outside the cell. An hour and a half would pass before one officer walked in asking why he was causing such a racket. When Lease was taken to the hospital, the doctors found out he had a ruptured spleen and was bleeding internally. He was brought in the nick of time. A few minutes more and he would be dead. Both officers were fired from the department, and that was only the beginning for Delio. He was also charged with battery. Delio pleaded not guilty and took the stand, defending his actions that day. But the video clip was much more compelling to the jury, and he was found guilty. His elderly parents took the stand and cried as they begged for leniency.
Please do not let his stoic appearance lead you to believe that he is not deeply sorry for the injury that he caused Mr. Lease. We all are.
He's not a cruel man. He's not an unjust man. He was just in the wrong place at the right time.
With the writing on the wall, Delio went from proclaiming his innocence to admitting he'd made a mistake.
I understand why the jury made the decision they did. It's clear to me why they did. I was wrong, and I caused your injury, sir. And I am deeply sorry that I did, and that you had to suffer through that.
The judge invariably sentenced him to 51 months in county jail, followed by probation.
Bananas. Bunch of tough guy cops. All right, whoever stuck it out, you are appreciated. Hit the subscribe and the like for anybody on the replay. It was a good stream. We got a lot of good stuff out of it. I'll be cutting it up and putting it out there. With that said, enjoy the rest of your Sunday night, and salutes. We'll be back soon. I'm trying to double up the content and keep the ball rolling. Have a good night. Peace.